breaks or any of that, you guys get a behind-the-scenes look at all of this. Backwoods TV, appreciate you for coming in. I'm having a terrific week. Hope you are too. Javok over in Kick Chat as well. Appreciate you. I think that's how you pronounce it. Backwoods TV. All right. We're going to get this show up and rolling here. Let me give them a call right now. John. Rav.
Hey, what's up?
How's
How
it
you
going?
doing? Good, what's up?
Not too bad here.
Yeah?
Nancy will be along with us later, but she wanted to see if Raf would want to come in with us too, if that's okay with you.
Who's Raph?
Her hubby.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah, that'd be fun.
he's more into the current events thing, so that might be a better thing for you.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Cool.
and I
Yeah, and I
did tell
got Yo and Doc confirmed, so
you do.
yeah.
Okay, did you give him the link to this?
I don't know what this is.
To this, let's see here. Let me see if I can get Doc 69
Okay, we're in the
up
post
here.
one. Let me share it with those guys.
Yeah, go ahead and share that with them so that they have it. You okay?
Yeah. Sure.
Didn't look like
Copy.
Doc 69 was up yet. No, it bounced him right out as soon as I tried to add him in. Same with Yo.
I do have Brent confirmed for Wednesday too, but
I think he just doesn't want it to be
Yeah.
the whole hour about Charlie.
Yeah, I don't blame him, and I wouldn't either. Well, let me let me fix the OBS so people can see who I'm talking to and things like that, because they like that. Let's see here. I'll switch that. Make sure I got that. There we go. And take that off. And take that off. Oh, that didn't work. Huh? Oh well. I'll bring it. I'll get it going here. It's just not showing. Oh, I know why. All right. I gotta do that. There we go. All right, Roland Cat in the Kick Chat, appreciate you, and all the other folks that joined us, wherever you're at, wherever you may be, and whatever platform you're using. Thank you. Let's go. That's right. Let's go. So how's your weekend? Hello?
Hey, what?
Said, how's your weekend going? There we go. There's Yo.
I'm good. Hey, Yo.
Hi, Yo.
Hi, Clark. How you doing?
Good.
Pretty good.
Is my audio okay this week?
You're a little low, but it'll work.
Yeah, my signal isn't that great, so I'm hoping that I can hang around. I'm outside again with the CPU.
Let me make sure that we got everything up and rolling. Yeah. Let's see here. Nancy's messaging me. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let me yeah, it's she Nancy said it didn't send to her, so well, I got her anyway. Well,
there we go.
You know, we'll get you kind of used to being around Yotivation too.
Hello.
And there's Doc.
How goes the battle, gentlemen and ladies?
Going good.
Good.
Got a very full house here tonight, which is good.
Raphael's going to join in a few minutes. He's on his way back from somewhere, but he knows to join.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, I didn't know Doc and Yotivation were coming in tonight, so but you know, the more the better. And then everybody gets to know who everybody is, right?
Well, that exactly. And I can always mute out. I mean, if you need me, I'm here. If not, I'll mute out.
No, it's good. It's good to have you.
I really want to. I really want to kind of see how Raph does around Willie. Because I was thinking about that. Oh my God, you know. Because that could be, it could be kind of funny or not. You know, it just depends.
Okay, let's keep in mind that Rafi's a Marine.
Yeah.
Let's just that stick up rear end thing. That is not a joke.
Well, you know,
yeah.
Anybody that calls Willie out, it's cool in our book.
Nah, he should behave himself. I told him he's got to behave himself. I'm like, you've got to, because he's, again, you know how Rafi is.
Oh yeah, when he gets passionate, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, you got to rein it in, boo. Should see how that works out. But again, he's got Rafi's a fountain of information, and you know he worked for the federal government. He was a Marine, and so he's got lots of background in finances and DEA and you name it, he's done it. So it's he's a good person, John, for you to actually kind of bounce off of sometimes, because like I said, he knows what he's talking about. And I have trained him, right, Mark?
You've done pretty good, you know. But then he kind of rubbed off on you there for a little while. I was like, oh boy.
Well, here's the thing, because again, you forget, we've been on the air a long time.
Yeah.
And we went through periods where it was just so frustrating. Because, you know, unless you said something that like snapped people forward, they're just so complacent and they don't want to pay attention. And it's like, I'm not trying to get you to listen to my show. I don't care if you listen to my show. I'm trying to get you to see what is happening around you right now, because it's going to impact you in a huge way. So, oh God, now my dogs they know they can hear me on the air, so of course they're gonna bark.
Sit, Blue, sit. Good girl. That's Censorship's doggy.
Yeah.
She is a cutie one. Oh man, she's so gorgeous.
I have little Molly. She's the one that I ended up getting, because you guys know, or Mark knows, I foster animals for the county I live in. Puppies, usually babies that, whatever tragedy occurs, I try to take them and we get them out to really good homes. Like, we really vet these homes before we give them the animals. But this one was the day before Thanksgiving. I got a call like 8:00 p.m. and it's the girl with the county that I work with, and she's like, you tell she's really upset. She said, listen, we just found a whole litter of 5-week-old puppies, and they're really tiny, and they're in a house in Zephyr Hills that flooded, because this is right after the hurricanes. We got hit with the 2, and you know, the mother's deceased, and I've got all these other puppies out, but I have one left and I can't take it home. My dogs are too big. Can you maybe keep it till Monday till my fosters, some of my fosters get back in town? Because a lot of people had left for the Thanksgiving holiday. And I said, yeah, you know what are we talking about? She goes, it's really small. And that's all she kept saying. It's really small and it's brown. Okay.
It's
So
a turd.
I'm telling you, I'm like thinking, okay. So I go to pick up the puppy. Within like an hour, I was in my car and on my way to her. And when she said small, she wasn't joking. This is like it turns out the dog is a Chihuahua Jack Russell mixture.
Oh my.
But when she had cleaned it, the dog is pure white. So I took her home, and I had just lost my dog. Pacoon was almost 18.
I'll be right back. I'm
lost
getting a refill.
And this little puppy was doing little things that it reminded me of Pacoon. And he was a very unusual dog. And just the way it would hold, I would go to pet her chest, and she would grasp my hand and not let it go. If I tried to pull back, she'd pull my hand back to her chest. And this is a 5-week-old puppy. So, and I had just been in a bad car accident. So I kind of needed that, I guess you could say, healing, being able to heal another animal because I needed to be healed. And so my husband, he looks at me and goes, oh no, you're in no condition to do a foster. And I'm like, listen, there's nowhere else. You can't take it to the pound. It's too young. I said, they won't take anything under 8 weeks. They'll euthanize it. So within 3 days of me having that puppy, my husband's basically trying to get a hold of the girl, Rose, at the county to see how he could adopt the puppy for me. Because we bonded that quickly. And he bonded to her. But she is now a fully certified support animal. Yes, she is. She tells me if my blood pressure is too high. And because I have a brain injury where my brain slipped into my spinal column. It's called cerebral atopic, cerebral tonsillar atopia. That's what it is. So it can be quite serious. I can have seizures and everything else, but she's been fully trained to make sure I don't. At least not without giving me a heads up, right? Right, you little shit. She's like, yeah, but I still a little shit. Yes, you are. But she looks like
animals, man, who just bring you so much healing, because they're nothing but love. Love is so healing. Sweet
I'm
puppy.
gonna try to drop you a picture. Well, what's funny is as she got bigger, she looks like a white fox. She looks like a fennel fox, and it's crazy because my nickname is the Wiccan Vixen, and Vixen's not sexual, by the way, to anybody who questions that. It's not a sexual annotation. It's actually my family's totem in Italy, and not totem, but one of their flag animals is a fox, a female fox. And so I took that on because I am, as I like to say, I'm a den mother. I like to take care of everybody, make sure everybody's safe and okay. But as she gets older, she looks more and more like a fox. Like my daughter said the other day, "Oh my God, Mom, she looks just like a fox." I say, "No,
meant to be."
That's it. And she's such a smart little thing. And my other 2 dogs are like, whatever, put her in the incinerator.
My dog isn't that smart.
Wow.
Well,
that sounds really good, Yotivation. Your sound is coming through real good now.
Excellent. Hopefully it'll stay that way. I have one extra little bar than I did before, so that's good.
Am I coming through okay, Mark, or am I still having the issues I was having last night?
You sound fine to me.
Okay.
Yeah, you sound great, Nancy.
I have a chewed microphone. Said puppy decided that my headset was dinner. Oh, yeah.
So, Yotivation, I imagine you have a lot to say about Charlie Kirk.
That's just about the only thing I've had the time, or when I've had time, to look into because it was easily available. But yeah, a lot of craziness there.
Yeah. It's sad, man. It's such a tragedy.
Yeah.
But it's a
Of
good
course.
thing.
Yeah.
You have to look at it correctly because it is a good. It's horrific, but what has it done? It has finally woken up the right to start pushing back, and not just the right, because a lot of lefties are pushing back too. It's woken up people's morality.
Yeah.
It's jerked them out of this slumber of just and I think what happened was a lot of people thought these people, it's a fad, they'll burn themselves out, but it wasn't. And he martyred himself for 1,000 of him to rise again, and we need 1,000 of him.
Yeah.
Because this needs to be righted, what's going on in this country. And I said, it's got nothing to do with freedom of speech. You are free to say whatever you want, but you have the ramifications of what you say. It's, geez. I mean, and I said to somebody, I put it on the school system. I put all of this on the school system. I so heavily put this on the school system.
Oh, I do too. Yeah. I definitely, I mean, from over the last probably 35, 40 years.
Yep.
There's a lot of blame to go around.
Yeah.
But they made
But where did it come from in the school system? Yeah. The politics of the whole deal.
That's it. And the thing is that, think about it. And I think you saw my posting, Mark, where I said, first the first mistake was accepting the whole everybody's a winner thing. Because what does that do? That encourages mediocrity.
Yeah.
Everybody got pushed into a mediocrity box. If you were successful, you never got recognized. If you were an idiot, you got recognized, but you were equal to the successful person.
Yeah.
I mean, right there, it was a slippery slope.
Participation trophies should have never been given out unless there was no award to give out. And then, hey, if you come to just show your stuff off, and you participated, okay, we can give you a piece of paper saying, oh yeah, I participated in, the event.
It's like you run a 10K, you know what I mean? You run and finish a 10K. You get a participation, I didn't win it, but I sure did it.
Yeah. But,
then you had
there's always a winner and a loser in life, period.
Yes. That's how we learn.
Yeah, because even, when it comes to success and failure, it happens every day. Yep. And how we react and how we, deal with it. That's what it's all about.
Look at the results of it. When that first generation hit college age, what happened? They needed safe places if they couldn't deal with something.
Yeah.
Emotionally, safe place. Okay, that's not going to work.
Night, Alex.
It's been, like I said, you can see how the damage that's been done. And I don't know if it's undoable. I don't know how we stop this at this point. But, I actually put in that post also, the whole Democrat platform became a depopulation agenda on themselves. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. They're literally depopulating themselves.
Yeah. The long priority party, everything blows up in their own faces. No intended for this. You wonder how we can make this stop. I think a post Charlie Kirk martyr world, we can stop affirming insanity. What they've done is incorporate fantasy into our reality, and now we're left with, these transgenders that are out there, planning to assassinate. They've already tried to go after President Trump. They went after, of course, Charlie. And in my opinion, first of all, transgenders, there's no such thing. That's a mental thing. It's a belief system. It's not an actual fact. And the same way that I would never confirm to an anorexic that they need to lose more weight, I won't do that with a transgender either. And I think that's what we need to do is stop enabling this, because transgenders to me equal killing. You know, they're either over 80%, 82% of transgenders have thought about killing themselves. 40% have actually tried to kill themselves. And I would bet 100% of them have dead named themselves, which is killing their past. You know, so they're killers. And this is what we're seeing, you know. They go after right now, the pattern seems to be targeting Christians or opposition. And I just don't think that we should validate these people anymore. People who do it need to stop.
But I think we also have to hit the problem. And that, I mean, they're a result of what they've been taught, just like we're a result of what we've been taught. And that has never been addressed. And I've said that. It's never, the APA, the American Psychological Association, why has it not been addressed that they're encouraging young people to do this, even though it is physically very bad for them, mentally very bad for them? There's no good aspect to this, except for maybe a very temporary feeling of self-acceptance. Well, if the problem is self-acceptance, why don't we hit that instead of pharmaceuticals, change your sex, act like you're this, and force everybody around you through legal means, no less.
Because you can't make money off that, Nance. Come on. You know you can't make money off of that. How are you going to make money off that if you're not throwing pills at people? And, surgery, and that's a major surgery, you know. Oh, man, that's got to cost big time. Come on now.
And then removing the parents from the decisions. Yeah. I mean, that was schools did that years ago. You know, offering the children a safe haven. You know, we won't tell your parents you need an abortion. We'll give you here's the number to a clinic. We won't tell your parents. Mm-hmm. You know, but yet the parents are still responsible for the child's health and well-being till they're 18. So if that kid goes tootling off and has an abortion and something goes wrong, that's on the parent.
Yeah, it sure is.
The mental health aspects.
Whether it's the custodial parent or not.
Yep. I mean, it's like I said, and it's a game plan. I mean, like even this kid today, I just got a bulletin through that the FBI apparently is connecting emails that this kid had to basically the the Democratic Socialist Party. And I said, you know, everybody, your immediate assumption is what the heck? But then I said, you know what? People are just not looking deep enough. Charlie himself said it. And it's one of the reasons I love Charlie Kirk. I may not be Christian, doesn't matter. Good is good, evil is evil, and we know better. Okay? And I've always said that. I don't care what your worship or your belief is. This is about being human. Good is good, evil is evil. You don't kill things, you don't kill people, you don't desecrate your body, you don't do these things. Why? They're evil. Pretty simple. Mm-hmm. Pretty simple. And we should know this pretty naturally. But
well, we do naturally, we do. But like you were saying earlier, they, you know, pump these people up with pharmaceuticals that have those side effects, you know,
and teach them.
Suicide, homicide, yes, it's a programming. The same way that you would run into somebody who says their dog is a vegan. No.
You know, I love that. No, you're going to kill your dog if you make it a vegan, or actually your cat. That's even worse. But, you know, the thing is like I posted a thing in my chat for my show about a theory that they had MK Ultra'd the school system. In other words, they expanded the MK Ultra program into the schools. I was like, you know, because this stinks so bad what's happening right now. This is a government plan. Two ways about that.
Mm-hmm. And there is a history. There is the CIA, the FBI, they have a history.
And all these schools accept government funding. And as soon as you accept government funding, what happens? You go under national security, national defense measures if they want to experiment. And in my paper, I literally cited multiple cases where that has happened.
You know,
Right, yeah. Before we get switched up and move over to the next room and run out of time to be able to talk about anything, Raphael, you there?
Did he jump in here? There he is.
How you doing, buddy? Nice to meet you.
Yep. Good. Yourself? Same here.
Good. And we got Doc here as well. What's going on, Doc?
Oh, no, just listening to the conversation.
Okay,
waiting,
cool.
For the show to start. So I'm doing well. Nice to meet you all.
Doc, do me a favor and drop your mic down about a notch or two, okay? Because you're lighting up like a Christmas tree even when you're not talking.
All right.
Okay.
Let me see here.
So I just wanted to say we got a lot of people in here tonight. So it's
How's
a
that,
roundtable format, right? Oh, go ahead.
How's that, Mark?
Much better, thanks.
Yep.
Okay. What I try to do is I'll bring up some sort of a subject and then we'll go around the room and I'll give everyone a chance to opine on it. So, feel free to take a couple minutes each to go up on it. Just understand that when we do that type of thing, it's going to take about, say, 10 minutes to get around the room on one subject. You follow me?
Yep.
And so that's kind of the way I run it. If somebody has a new subject they want to bring up or an article that we haven't touched on, just let me know in the breaks and I'll give you the mic and we'll, I have no problem letting you run point on a story or two or whatever. But that's kind of the plan. And a lot of it's probably going to rotate around Charlie tonight. Just the way it is,
Yeah. What I'm going to do is, if everybody can see what room that they're in, I'm going to take and end this here in about another minute and a half, and then I'm going to call this room right back. Since everybody's here and it sounds good, it should pick up and be all right by the time we start up. But I'll let everybody know when it's time for us to head over or hang up. And I just want to... It worked great yesterday when I did it for the Cafe Enigma show on Saturday. Let's see if we can make it happen tonight and keep things simple, by using the same rooms. All right? But everybody sounds pretty good. Yo, when you do come in and that, how close are you to the microphone?
Pretty close.
You don't have to be so close to the mic. All right.
Okay.
You can back away from it unless you're trying to keep it down for whoever is around you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because before, like when you started talking naturally and that, you kind of backed away and it was perfect. When you came up on it, it gives a little kind of a muffled sound.
Okay.
And with that, I am going to take us and get us to the next room. Bear with me, folks. Everybody out there in chats, hold on to your hats.
John F. Kennedy. We did it with 9/11. We shut our mouths and we took their story. We cannot do this in this circumstance. Our future depends on us not doing that.
30 seconds.
We have to demand the truth. We have to know the full circumstance. We have to know what is going on.
And again, they do have a history of lying to us, of entrapping people, of instigating.
Absolutely.
Remember Gretchen Whitmer and the whole kidnapping incident?
Oh, yeah. Yep. And like I said, this is...
Okay, 3, 2, 1, and we're live.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show. Sunday night, September 14th, 2025. It is an honor to have each and every one of you out there listening in. We appreciate you so much. And that's why we do our best to try and just cut through the news, get into what's going on in the world. And I don't know, during the break, we were talking a little bit about Charlie Kirk's assassin. At least the man that they are alleging has done it. He was living with another dude who was transitioning. So he had a boyfriend/girlfriend living with him, who apparently, according to some reports, was very anti-Christian, anti-this, anti-that, very negative person, giving off those negative energy vibes, a potential furry. If you don't know what that is, just look it up. I'm not going to get into it here. And we saw a lot of the engravings and whatnot on the bullets that were intended for Charlie Kirk, having all kinds of weird, furry connotations, weird memes, just weird. You know, catch this fascist. Oh, he's actually right wing, man. No, he's a right wing dude with a catch this fascist and etched bullet aimed at Charlie. It's shocking. But Nancy, you're saying you were reminding everyone during the break that they haven't charged him yet, and there's some other things going on. What did you want to say about that?
Well, there's problems in the narrative that were being shown and were being told, and I think again this is where the internet actually kind of works to the benefit of the people, because information was coming out and being shown before it could be caught and censored. And so a lot of people got to see a lot of things that are not being explained at all, or they're being explained in a way that's not possible. And my example on the break was, they're not talking to you about the Mauser, the weapon he supposedly used. Those things, number one, Raphael will tell you. Raphael's a firearms instructor.
Okay.
And I've actually handled a Mauser. I've never fired one, but I mean, these things they're huge. They are not a small weapon. They're a massive weapon. They're used to take down elephant, elk, large hunting prey. And it doesn't disassemble easily at all. Even if it's modified, it's still an interesting disassembly, and it would never fit in a backpack. Not in a bazillion years would you be able to fit one of those things in a backpack and have it not be completely obvious. And if any of you saw the video, I was going to say, go ahead, Robbie.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, the Mauser is not a particularly accurate rifle to begin with. You're for 200 yards, you can do it, but you'd have to be a pretty good shooter, well-trained shooter, in order to make that shot. The other thing, the way it was set up, it wasn't set up correctly. So there's, if it wasn't set up correctly, you have to ask yourself, did they even zero the weapon? There's a lot of unanswered questions here that we're still speculating about, and it doesn't smell right. None of it smells right. Matter of fact, the last shooter, tranny shooter, she had a AR rifle with a whole bunch of graffiti all over it, writing scribblings on it, which does nobody who ever owns a gun is gonna do that to their weapon, for one thing, and it just seems so staged. It just seems so staged. It's nothing about it made sense. Nothing about this one makes sense. But at the end of the day, like I said, there's some forces out there that are not working, that are working against us all, and it's not a left-right paradigm. It's not a left-right thing. That's the one thing we got to get past, because we are never going to win if we don't. There's actually on YouTube you can find all of Hitler's speech, or not all. I'm not gonna say all, but some of Hitler's speeches translated in his own voice into English by AI. And if you listen to some of the stuff that he says, it's exactly the same things that we're dealing with now. And he even calls out the two-party system in the United States. He basically says that it's two sides of the same coin that play the public right down the middle and pit each other against each other. You have, the Republicans will get 20 years, and when they're tired of their shit, they'll go to the Democrats and they'll get 20 years, and then they'll just keep handing it forward, just like we've been seeing now. It was the legacy of the Bushes at first, and then it was the legacy of the Democrats, and now it's the legacy of the Republicans again. And but at the end of the day, they swing everybody back and forth. But at the core of everything, the stuff that we don't pay attention to because we're so divided over social issues, we have, they can do things that they can push their agenda that do not work in our further close the trap on us in this prison planet, as Alex Jones likes to say. It's literally going to trap us into this digital gulag and this prison planet where you can't have a subversive thought against the government before you can get picked out by the digital prison, isolated and picked off the board before anybody has a chance to even start a rebellion. I mean, you look at 1984, A Brave New World, Fahrenheit 451, Animal Farm. These are all these books are basically the roadmaps. They're telling you exactly what's happening. If you read them, you'll see all the parallels. And if anybody is still thinking it's left-right thing, it's not. I mean, you look at what's happening now. People are starting to wake up. They're realizing that AIPAC and the ADL are, funding both sides of the aisle. And that's not just one side. It's both sides. And people are starting to say, well, how is this possible that a foreign power has this much influence and sway in our politics? Whether you agree with them or not, or, whether you agree with them, their state, or whatever, it's their influence on our government that Charlie Kirk started calling into question. And I think that was the reason for what happened.
Okay. Doc, I don't know. We got a few minutes left. But anything else? Really? I mean, I could ask you a specific question, but I don't want to point in a corner with a, Go ahead.
That's all right. I just wanted to address the scrolling on the gun of the church shooter. This is Raphael identified a tactic there that it's intentional. He scribbled all those things on his guns to actually encourage both sides to fight. The tactic, I don't know if him and Raphael and Nancy have come across the accelerationist cult 09A or MKU or any of these. These are just variations of the same thing. They absolutely are not right-left. They everything they do is to create an atmosphere of tension in order to march us in whatever direction their leaders are directing them.
Yep, and you just hit a point. They're leaders. And I do want to point something else out, too, that needs to be addressed and people need to understand. Over the course of the last 15, 20 years, and I am in cybersecurity, I am in technology, so I've watched it happen. Words have been redefined. So words that we're taught, the word fascist, perfect example. If you go look up the definition of the word fascist, it is not how it was defined to us when we were younger. And
today.
Yes, this is how these children are learning our language. It's been redefined. That is very, very dangerous because that is their reality. It's their language. So again, you have to, like I said, this is so deep in so many ways. And Charlie's the catalyst. God love him. And I know he does. Charlie is the catalyst. And he is a martyr. No two ways about it. He is a martyr, but you know what? He's giving us a fighting chance.
Yeah.
And that's
Motivation. Sorry. Gosh, we only have about 30 seconds left, but I do want to get you in the segment. So what do you have to say?
Right on. Censorship. I just get so frustrated because I just want to return to common sense. If you just use your logic, all of this makes sense. People's thoughts are, so messed up from psyop after psyop after psyop. People's brains are melted. If we could just get back to facts and reality, we'll find the truth, and then we can get back on track.
Make America healthy again, is what I'm going to say. So, folks, we are out of time for the first hour, but stay tuned because hour 2 of the Censorship Sucks Roundtable radio show is coming up right after this.
All right, we're on radio break. Great job, everybody. Yotivation, what's going on with your mic again?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now it's fine.
Yeah, nice, Andre.
We're
going to switch rooms here in a minute.
Yeah.
So let's make sure when we get into the new room that you can speak for a minute or two so we can make sure you're dialed in. Because it seems to be affected totally by what room you're in.
And are we going to stay in the same room again, or are we
Yeah,
going to go
we
to a
are.
different-
We're going to stay in the same room. That's what I'm going to try to do.
Till the end of the show, yeah.
Yep. And when we get kicked out of this room, I'm going to take and plug us back in and get us going on the next one. We got about maybe a minute and a half on this one. You can stick around, or if this is a long break, so if you want, you can go get yourself a drink, grab yourself a bite to eat, or and come back, and then also you can take and do a what is it? Go to the bathroom, if you have to.
Ready.
All right.
I was going to bring up, we wouldn't have time at the end of the show, but another thing that's peculiar is that the FBI waited 12 hours to show pictures to Kash Patel, who's personally invested. And I also don't understand why Kash Patel let 12 hours go by before he said, hey, what's going on?
I heard Kash was really upset.
Well,
yeah,
I think they were good friends.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing, too, is how did you end up with decoys in the crowd?
Right, George Zinn.
Yeah.
It shows a conspiracy. There were decoys in the... And, like I said, there's a lot that doesn't make sense with the shooting itself. And it doesn't mean it didn't happen. That is not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is I think we're being fed narrative. And I think it's happening... Well, my hope, because I am truly a believer in what Trump is doing, at what I believe he's doing.
Me too.
And my hope is that the narrative is there to throw people off the game so they can.
We're going to get cut off any second, so I'm just going to end the meeting now and then call us right back. All right. Yep. So we'll everybody hang up, make sure, and then I'll take and get everybody back. Okay, yo? You ready?
Sir.
All right. You're going to end this one. And folks, stand by while I bring them back. And I'll have Willie in with us. Look out, cats, dogs, and kids. You never know what Willie Lee, or will he leave, do tonight. He'll probably try to sell you pea jugs or something like that. There we go. We got Raph in there. Hey, Raph, welcome back. Did you leave?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay.
Here.
All right. Let me get the rest of the crew in. And we'll get John, Doc, Willie, Nance, and Yotivation back.
All right.
All right.
I'm here.
Somebody's in the lobby. Why does Yo always go straight to lobby? Because he's maybe not on a verified account or something.
Right. That's most likely why.
Got it.
Is she in?
Did you let her in?
No, I can't let her in. I don't even see her on mine showing up.
What's up, Willie?
She blinked on mine and then she was gone.
Yeah. Well, it shows ringing, but that's about it. There she is. Let me let her in. Here we go.
Okay, cool.
There. Yeah.
You know who likes Yotivation? That Willie fella.
Oh, where's Doc at? We lost Doc.
I
made it.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, man, y'all got the whole gang here, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
don't you go done running everybody off again.
Where's Sonya?
Well, yeah, good question. Where is Sonya? Maybe if we're lucky, we'll catch her in the after show.
I got a brand new girlfriend.
Sonya Lasagna.
I got me a Bigfoot girlfriend.
Oh no!
Very nice, very nice.
I thought you were trying to sell Bigfoots too, or pictures of them.
He's gonna breed them.
Where that bullhorn Barry at?
Oh, you done run him off.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Hey, Nancy.
Yeah,
hey, Doc. Hey, Rafael Martinez.
How you
And is it
doing, Willie?
Bigfoot? Is it Bigfoot or Big Feet?
He does the Bigfoot boogie.
F-O-O-T-S.
Foots.
Bigfoot's.
What's this?
Big feet.
Willie, is this Charlie Kirk thing a deep state operation or a white hat operation?
No, neither nor. That whole thing has got to do with the Groyper movement and Nick Fuentes.
The what?
The Groyper movement.
Okay, explain that one. We got like 2 minutes.
Y'all are behind the times. This whole thing.
All right, well, anyways, John, didn't you want to talk about? I thought you wanted to do like a different thing in this section, anyways. But anyways, well, go ahead, Willie. What were you gonna say again?
Yeah, what's a graper?
The whole thing was started by that Nick Fuentes.
Okay. Who's he? His name rings a bell. Yeah, his name rings a bell vaguely from
Podcast.
5 years ago or something. Yeah.
Hey, y'all playing with me is what y'all are doing.
Who's playing with you?
No, I
Never.
I don't follow Nick Fuentes, man. I really have no clue who he is. I don't know much of anything about him. But I'm not on that TikTok like you are.
Yeah, tick 'em, talk 'em. It's
y'all behind the ball, man. Nick Fuentes leads the Groyper movement. It's a group of far-right nationalist and Christian nationalist activists. The name Groyper is a variation of a meme that became popular in alt-right circles around 2017.
Oh, come on, Willie. You can't be talking about, how you handle your women and where you grab them. Come on now. We can't have that on the radio.
Yeah, no, that's going to be come up in the conversation in a little while
You
about
sure?
the Groper.
I don't know.
Movement. But we're talking about
Grapers or gropers?
Gropers.
Yeah.
Tomato.
The gropers or the gropers?
No, y'all playing with me. Y'all don't know what a Groyper is.
What? I think you're just saying it wrong.
I know what a Groyper is. Somebody
do you know?
Who doesn't want to be touched.
We just learned.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's your fringe, Willie. Your fringe.
Yeah.
Dude, y'all need to study up on it because this whole Tyler Robinson was a part of that movement.
I just want to tell you, anyways, 30 seconds.
You should fill us in, Willie.
Y'all Googleize it. Groyper.
We're going to be live here on the air in a second.
Yeah, maybe. If you guys haven't heard Willie yet, this is it's coming. Here's your countdown: 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're live and on the radio side right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hour 2 of the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show for September 14, 2025. Having a good time tonight talking with our friends. We got a big group in here about what's going on in the world, talking about Charlie Kirk and his horrible passing, his assassination, his martyrdom, how he's sitting next to God right now with his martyr's crown, as Erica Kirk called it. And I don't know, having such a solemn, serious night, maybe it's time to bring in some Willie. Willie, you there?
Yeah, hi, how y'all doing tonight? Come on. Hey.
Well, we're mourning Charlie Kirk, so it's very, very solemn night.
Yeah. Hey, I heard about all that, man. Hey, it's sad. It really, it's sad. It's bad, sad, man. But hey, look at him. I want to talk about some stuff. Hey, Yotivation Nation, y'all got Yotivation Nation. Oh, look at him. I miss me some Motivation Nation. Y'all got, hey, I'm shy. Y'all got all kind of folks in here, man. Hey, at Doc 69, hey, I need to talk to Doc 69 about some business ideas I got going on, man. And
ask him about that rash you were telling me about.
Yeah, I got business ideas, man. Hey, but Motivation Nation, she's so pretty. She got a restraining order against me. Hey, for all y'all out there that don't know, my name is Willie Lee. I run Willie's Worm Farm down in Waldo, Florida, and Willie's Cricket Emporium up in Sandy Run, South Carolina, man. Hey, I sell worm hot dogs and pea jugs too. Hey, and I got all kind of enterprises and everything going on. Hey, I want to say hey to these other folks in here, man. Hey, Doc 69, and
yes, sir,
hey,
Willie.
And hey, Nancy, and hey, Raphael. I didn't want to be rude. I just want to say hey to them folks, man. Hey, and John Galt, man. Hey, look at here, John. Hey, I got some other stuff. I got some stuff I want to tell you too, man. Hey, but we got so much going on right here. Hey, here's what I want to know. Hey, Doc, look at here. Hey, Doc, I done come up with this idea, man. Hey, I done found out, man, I can sell dehydrated cricket tacos, man. Hey, because y'all know I sell cricket flour. Yeah, hey, cricket flour and worm hot dogs, man. Hey, all I need from you is probably about, it'll probably only take about $43.99, and I can print up some posters for these dehydrated cricket tacos and sell them side the highway. Like, hey, they nutritious, man, nutritious, and I guarantee you, man, I'll give you.
Now, if you're asking me for money. That's one of those things where I'm like, I don't know, because I mean, what kind of investment return am I looking at here, Will?
Yeah, well, hey, if we do,
I think your return will probably be about 10% in chicken jockey coin.
I don't know about chicken jockey coin. I mean, if we could talk about maybe a bigger percentage, I mean, we might be talking, but I mean, now cricket tacos is a great idea, though. I mean, don't let me turn you down from the idea.
Yeah, but
no, it's not. No, it's not. Because see, you got to serve them in a soft shell, right? You don't put them in a hard taco, right? Because if you put them, it's crunch on crunch. It's too much crunch. I keep telling you that.
No, it's hard shell, man. Hard shell. Hey, it's a soft shell. You got they cost more than
they rip them up. Those dried out crickets, they rip up the soft shell, so you can't do either. That's why it's not a good idea, Willie.
Now look at him. Mr. Doc 69 here. I plan on making about $1 million off of it, man. Hey, $1 million, and you can get 1%. That's probably that'll give you $200. 1% of $1 million is probably about $200 what you can make off of it, man. And that's only for a $43 investment.
Am I sending the contract over to Saul Goodman then?
Yeah, hey, Saul Good's a crook, man. Saul Good is crooked as the day is long. I'm telling you, man.
Well, he told me he's the guy doing all your contracts.
Yeah, well, hey, but he ain't got to know. Hey, we ain't got to tell.
We ain't got to tell him. Okay.
No, hey, okay. He ain't got to know all my business.
Willie, he listens to the radio show. You're announcing this on the air. Yeah, it's not a big secret.
Well,
and by the way, 1% of $1 million is 10,000.
10,000.
Yes, not $200. I don't know where you got $200 from. I think you just pulled that out of the sky.
You know, I probably have to look at my math on that, man. Hey, but look at him. I'm telling you, man, there's all kind of other stuff going on in the news and everything else, man. Hey, here's my biggest problem I got nowadays. I got Aunt Mama Lou. Aunt Mama Lou. Now, hey, for all y'all out there that don't know, Aunt Mama Lou, she used to be my sister. Then she was my mama, and then she became my wife. What happened is Daddy married Miss Dorothy from down there at the church, and Miss Dorothy had a daughter named Lou, and that made Lou my sister. But then Miss Dorothy, she got a case of the gout gone. So then Daddy married Lou, so that made Lou my mama. And then Daddy, he got a case of the gout gone, man. Hey, so I married Lou, and that made her my wife, man. And that's Aunt Mama Lou. And Aunt Mama Lou, I need to get Aunt Mama Lou on the phone, because I got all kind of problems going on with Aunt Mama Lou's sisters, man. Hey, Aunt Mama Lou's sisters, here's what happened, man. Hey, I give Aunt Mama Lou's sisters, their husbands, free rides, man, down to Alligator Alcatraz. Hey, because they from like Honduras and San Salvador and Venezuela and all kind of other places, man. Hey, she got 23 sisters, man, 23 sisters. Hey, and they marrying all kind of these, the foreign type folks, man. Hey, but now they ain't got no men folk around, and they coming over to my house and they sneaking around, and Aunt Mama Lou gonna have to put a stop to that mess.
They're after your worms, Willie. They're after your worms. Don't trust them.
That's good eating.
Hey, they know they know I got rifle safes full of gold bars, man, and they come around with a shovel.
Then why do you need my $43?
Yeah, well,
what is that all about?
Well, hey, I got money, but it's tied. It's tied up, man. It's tied up. I'm telling you, Aunt Mama Lou got these sisters, man. She got one of them. She calls herself Barbie. Hey, you look at her, man. She looks like a Barbie. She looks like a Krispy Kreme Barbie. She's a big old girl. Okay, I tell you all about her sisters, man. Hey, here's something else that happened today too, though, man. Hey, this here's funny. I made this up on myself, on my own. I got in touch with my inner self today. Hey, look at here. That really happened.
You're not allowed to say that on the radio, I don't think.
I got in touch with my inner self today. That's the last time I'm going to buy one-ply toilet paper down there at the Dollar General. Y'all get it? Finger went through the toilet paper because it was only one. Man, it ain't funny when you got to explain it. Hey, but y'all need to call Aunt Mama Lou up, man. Hey, they got this thing going on too, man.
Let's see if we can get her in here. Hold on. Let me see if I can patch her in.
Yeah, get Aunt Mama Lou in here.
Yeah, she's online. Let me see. There you go. Aunt Mama Lou, you there? Aunt Mama Lou, you there? You're talking to a tin can. Are you there?
Can't hear Aunt Mama. Where'd you go? Can't hear you. You in the trunk of the Pinto. She got stuck in the back of the Pinto. She can't get out. It won't crank neither. Hi, Aunt Mama Lou.
Yeah, she's stuck in the bottom of the back seat of the Pinto, I think. Maybe you should go help her out, Willie, or you can just laugh at her.
I did laugh at her. Like I have. She's stuck. Aunt Mama Lou. Can't hear you, Aunt Mama Lou. Hey, no, look at here. There's other stuff going on, man. It's called Groyper Wars, man. Hey, that's that whole thing got to do with Charlie Kirk, and it's called Groyper Wars, and it's got to do with something that started back in 2000s. Hey, I've been researcherizing this, man. Hey, and that's what this whole thing has got to do with a fella called Nick Fuentes, and he started this whole movement, man. Hey, and y'all research it. I ain't gonna get into it, and I don't want to talk a whole bunch of stuff and politics and everything else that's going on. Motivation Nation.
Mama Lou's sister in that Gropers group, aren't they?
Yeah, that's what I was going to tell her, man. Them sisters come over wanting to grope on me and stuff.
That's
and
what I thought. Gotta watch out.
I need to put a stop to it. Hey, Aunt Mama Lou, are you there? Come on.
Her connection's no good, Willie. You just heard her talking. I mean, she's there, but you can't hear her. She's muffled or talking in, like you said, the back of the Pinto. Something's going on.
She got something going on, man. Hey, I'll tell y'all something else too, man. Hey, they got this whole Turning Point USA that Charlie Kirk was a part of, man. Hey, they have 18,000 new chapter requests, and
that's up to 30,000 now.
Oh, is it, man? Hey, I'm looking at this, and it said we had 9,000 college chapters and 1,100 high school chapters, and man, this thing is really growing, man. I'm telling you.
Charlie said it was his, dream, his ultimate goal, if he could get one chapter in every high school across the country. And if those are all genuine, that could come true within, say, I don't know, 5 days of his death or his murder, which would be just a miracle. It'd be a miracle. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you,
A genuine miracle.
Hey, that Charlie Kirk was a great man. That's all there is to it. That's all I can say about that, man. I'll tell you what, it's a shame what happened to him, and that somebody's going to lose their life over giving their opinion in this country, man. Hey, it's crazy. I'm telling you, man. Every time you turn around, you hear all these, and ever since he passed away, they got at least 20,000 people that's talked a bunch of junk about him, and they fitting to lose their jobs, man. Oh, look at him. I got one. We're down there at the Office Depot. These two characters, they wouldn't let this guy print up some posters, man, and they got their butts fired because Office Depot said, hey, that wasn't right what y'all doing, man. I don't know if y'all seen that too.
Oh, yeah. There was the local chapter of one of the, maybe TPUSA, whatever, was doing a vigil in Michigan, and they ordered up some posters. When they went to pick them up, these blue-haired women just said, no, that's it, hate. We don't print hate. But then corporate came back, fired them, and made it good. And so, maybe they got a chance, maybe a little redemption there. But they're hiring some pretty nasty people that'll do that.
Yeah, I looked at them two characters that turned them away, and you could tell that they was up to no good to start with.
Yeah.
I wonder where Aunt Mama Lou is.
Well, she's in Waldo. Aunt Mama Lou, are you there still? You're still in the room. But you're
Aunt
not
Mama
seem to be coming through, and Willie won't give it up. So, do you want to try again?
Hey. Where you at?
Yeah, Willie?
You gotta go let her out of the back of the Pinto.
I'm up here in South Carolina. She's down there in Waldo. She need to get Hansel or Michael the Midget or somebody let her out, man. Hey, I got one word, man. Here, one word I want to tell you. Doom Goblin. That's one word. y'all Googleize Doom Goblin. Google it, man.
No, I'm not going to look that up, Willie. I'm not looking that up.
Willie, what are you telling people? I don't know. I don't know what that is. So if Doc says don't look it up, what are you doing, man? People, don't look that up. Don't look it up.
Hey, y'all, everybody in Radio Land, y'all Google Doom Goblin.
I mean, I thought you were just talking about Greta Thunberg at first.
Yeah.
Is there more to it than that?
Yeah, no, y'all Google Doom Goblin and Greta Thunberg comes up, man. She got a flotilla. They got some more tacos, man. They need to take some of my cricket tacos with them. They got some more tacos and some water. And they put them on a boat, and she called herself got another flotilla in the Gaza. Hey, last time they tried it, they set fire to their own boats and said it was drones that hit them. They said, we got hit by drones. No, they didn't get hit by
obvious.
drones. Yeah. They set fire to their own boat. Hey, she ain't nothing. They got organizers say that the flotilla now includes more than 40,000 vessels, carrying up to 700 activists from more than 40 countries.
Imagine that smell.
Yeah, they got them a load of tacos and water. Hey, man, that ain't nothing but her just trying to get some fame and fortune, man, because she gets paid every time she gets in the news. Hey, but hey, look, hey, Doc, hey, I got another idea, man. Hey, here's what I want to do. I don't know how much it's going to cost, but I need to meet up with you, man, and we need to talk finances. Hey, that Nancy might have some money too. Hey, Nancy.
Yes.
Hey, Nancy.
Hey, she got money?
Yeah, hey, I think, hey, look at Nancy. Here's what we're gonna do. Hey, all I need is a little bit of we can talk, another time about finances and exactly how much I'm gonna need. But I got me another idea. What we're gonna do is we're gonna cross breed mosquitoes and lightning bugs, man. Hey, that way at least when the mosquitoes come, we can see them coming. Look at him. Hey, that's an idea, man.
Nancy, don't you dare let him around your property. He will take all your turkeys and their eggs.
Well, I can tell you,
he's a turkey thief. I'm telling you. He's done it on shows before.
Hey, Mark, why don't you be quiet and let her talk, man?
Florida, our mosquitoes don't need to be bred with lightning bugs because they're already larger than lightning bugs. So cannot miss mosquitoes in the state of Florida, that's for sure.
Oh, that's a state bird.
Hey, they big ones too, man. They got
genetically modified bird.
Yeah, Bill Gates has been down in your neck of the woods, hasn't he, Nancy?
Yes, he has. And funny, because we got those mosquitoes released that were supposed to, moderate the population, and now we've got an outburst of West Nile virus and all these mosquito-borne viruses.
Oh, shocking.
Yeah, it's like, surprise.
What do you think about old Billy Gates there, Willie?
Hey, he done it too, man. What are you trying to do? He trying to let the mosquitoes loose, and the mosquitoes ain't supposed to breed, man. Hey, but what they're doing is double breeding, because the ones that don't breed, the ones that don't breed, that means that the rest of them, they going to be breeding twice as much and 3 and 4 times as much, man. Look at you. Hey, that's exactly what's happening. Hey, mosquitoes are good, though, man. I ain't going to lie. Hey, we don't like mosquitoes. Hey, but there's a lot of bats and hummingbirds and purple martins. Hey, there's a lot of animals that need them mosquitoes to eat on, man. Hey, ain't no lie. And the thing about it is 9 out of 10 times, a lot of times, all you got to do put up some bug lights. Hey, but we got what they call no-see-ums, man. Hey, up in South Carolina, hey, these things, man, they tear you.
They're horrible.
Yeah, yep. Hey, they call no-see-ums.
And they get right through a screen. You can have screens on your window, and they come right through that.
Yeah. Hey, they bite you through your britches. Look at him. Look at him. Hey, but you got to have ideas too, man. Hey, and for everybody out there that don't know me, hey, I sell feet pictures too. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, y'all.
All right, Willie. All right. No. You're not hawking your feet picture. No, not on my show, Willie. Well, you can advertise that on your show. The Willie Lee is a crackpot crazy man podcast. You can do that there all you want, but not here. Yeah, no. Okay, we have something here called class. You know what that means? Class. We try to keep it classy, buddy.
Yeah, but hey, what about my chumderwear, man? Chumderwear.
Well, that's another example of not classy at all. It's disgusting, Willie. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, and it's disgusting. And no, you can't have that. Well, let's move on to Flat Earth, okay? We got about a minute and a half left. What do you have to say about Flat Earth? You always try to interrupt at the very end of the show because I don't give you enough time, but now you got nearly a minute left, so go ahead and talk about Flat Earth in the 50 seconds you have left.
Hey, all I was going to do, man, was tell people how they can take these chumderwear of mine and their special chumderwear, and they can catch
you're not going to talk about your chumderwear.
Hey.
On the show, Willie. It's disgusting. Nobody wants to hear about it. And if you keep doing it, I'll go to break early, okay? You want to go to break early?
Yeah, no, man. Hey, Flat Earth, man. Hey, you got your known lands, and then you got your unknown lands. You got your ocean of Tartars. You got your ancestral republic, and you got your moving lands of Thoth, and then you got your Libras and your ancient lands of Anak. Hey, and then they got Gemini.
All on the back of a turtle.
And Asgard. Hey, and hey, that's where the true Atlantis and Lemuria.
But Willie, the back of a turtle is not flat. It's rounded. The back of a turtle is not flat. It's rounded. But anyway, folks, we're all out of time. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this.
Hey.
All right, that was a trip. You guys are great.
Oh my God!
Did you see how many times I was losing it over here? Oh man! I was in tears.
I missed having Aunt Mama Lou in here. Come on.
Well, yeah, let's figure it out on the break here. Yotivation, count. Say the alphabet, if you would.
No, can't hear her.
Well, that's why I want you to say the whole thing, because I think it's that same noise reduction thing. So just say the alphabet from beginning and end.
C D E H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W X Y and Z.
Okay, so what around Q?
Good.
Yeah, it's the first half of the alphabet was no good. The second half was fine. Now, is that noise reduction thing on?
No.
Okay. Is it off? I don't know, guys. Who's good with this stuff? What's going on with her? Why is she? If she talks for like more than 10 seconds, it sounds great. If she says, "Yeah, I'm here. How you doing?" then we don't hear a word of it.
Yep.
It sounds like some sort of delay. You were saying that the microphone, like the different pickup sensitivity settings that they have, that could cause that, but it also could be internet connection, the delay in the internet connection itself.
I think it's the delay.
Yeah, I think that must be what it is. That's a terrible signal.
Yeah. And again, the thing is, when you speak, you just have to dive into it, speak loud, and just like understand your first sentence. You might as well just say anything for the first 3 words, and then like pick it up from there and go and run and be consistent and strong. Because when you talk for like a couple minutes at a time, you sound great through 99% of it. It's just the first. If I ask you how the weather is and you say it's overcast and 52 degrees, we're not going to hear a word of it. But if you
give a dissertation,
yeah, exactly.
Hey,
how the morning sun came over the horizon today.
Yeah, she got to say, hey, break. Channel, hey, this here's Yotivation Nation. Y'all got a copy on me? Come on.
You know, she was doing really good until Willie came in. I don't know, man.
That's a good point. That is a good point. I don't want to point fingers, but
is the CIA tracking you again?
Saying, but
yes.
Yeah, it may have something to do with his high power CB that he's using to broadcast us.
I turned down my kicker box.
You better turn the damn kicker box off.
See, I don't want to point fingers at Willie because he's likely to point one back at me with that one-ply toilet paper he uses. That finger's going to stink.
No!
I got some over-modulating going on.
Hey, Mark, just out of curiosity, how's my sound? Am I lagging out at all?
No, but you are on the low side.
On the low side, okay.
Yeah, and you started down on the low side, but,
Okay.
But that's much better right there.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
There you go. Yep.
You there?
Yeah, and well, we know Nancy. The dogs chewed on her mic, so okay.
Yeah, right.
I really at this point, I really think that Yotivation is using Nancy's microphone on the chewed end part, and the way it sounds. So.
I was just going to say,
is your mic hard, or are you hardwired or are you wireless?
It's a hardwired.
Okay,
have you checked?
30 seconds.
But I was going to say, you can just leave me out of the last segment. I'll come back in at the after show. That way I don't
Well, see, now you're perfect.
You sound so good right now. I hate to even hear that.
Now you're great. I don't know. What happened?
It has to be the internet, guys. And
it's wavy.
That's so unpredictable.
Look out. Here comes your countdown.
Perfect.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you are live and back on the radio side right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Hour 2 of the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show, Sunday night edition, where we talk about all the stuff going on in the world and kind of give our input try to make sense of it all, you know? We got a big group with us tonight. We got Nancy Pelosi. We Planeta. Oh my God.
Damn.
Oh,
What?
right, I quit.
Who?
Right there. Ouch. No, I know. Oh my God. That was like the biggest blunder of my career, I think. Nancy Planeta.
No.
How are you doing, Nancy?
I'm doing well. No, I'm doing well.
All right, what stock should I buy right now? Tell me.
Oh God,
Yeah, right.
I wouldn't touch anything on the market right now.
Since we got you here, what stock should I buy, right? We got Doc in the house. We've got Nancy's husband, Raphael. And we've got Yotivation as well, and I think she's going to do just fine. She's a little apprehensive about her microphone, but there it is. Now let's dive into some other news because we talked so much about Charlie in the first hour and, you know, focused on kind of the state of the nation and how to heal. But over the weekend in England and in many other countries around the world, there were big, especially in England, a massive rally right in the heart of London for Tommy Robinson and uniting the kingdom. Unite the kingdom. For the people who are sick of the fact that they're losing their countries, the people who are just like, hey, none of us voted for this. What's going on? You go into London, it is 30% white British, right? If you go take a DNA, ancestry thing, and you just come back, I saw the Lotus Eaters. A bunch of them did the ancestry thing, and they were just like across the board England. It was just which part, a little bit of Wales, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I'm sorry, not England, the British Isles, the UK. And so they were native to that island, islanders. It is being lost. And over the weekend, Unite the UK had a massive rally with millions of people showing up there and millions upon millions of people watching online. I mean, it was huge. It was the largest rally that the UK has seen, maybe the world has seen, for free speech, for uniting under the banner of, hey, we own this island. It is our heritage. We want it. We don't want to give it away to the world and become minorities on this island and then have nowhere to go. Have nowhere to go except for, Iceland? Denmark? Not Denmark. I mean, Denmark's right in the whole thing. Iceland, Finland. I don't know. You have to, where's the next safe haven for white Christian people if you're going to lose England and you're going to give up England? Where do Englanders go? Where do the British go if they lose their country? So I don't know. Who just said wow?
No, I'm sorry. That was my fault.
Oh, no, I want to give the mic to, if you're that, if I'm inspiring you, I kind of want to pass off the mic to you to say, yeah, I mean, what just happened over this weekend was massive. And I think it was a beautiful thing. There were some Antifa out there that showed up, of course. There were a bunch of paid protesters with their, carbon copy banners they've been holding for the last 6 months that are identical, that just get printed up en masse. And they all caused havoc. They all caused chaos. They wanted to paint this thing as some horrible racist event when really it's just the English fighting for England to keep it English. It's as if France has no right to France. As if the French people have no right to France. The German people have no right to Germany. The Portuguese have absolutely no right to Portugal. It should be an international country that literally has a border pretty much with Morocco and Africa that they're talking about building a bridge. How many people can walk across that bridge? Is it just going to be a one-way pedestrian bridge? You know what I'm saying? It's incredible. So I don't know who wants to pick up the mic here. Raphael, go for it.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, we've been pushed down this road for globalization for so long that we've forgotten what it was to be nationalists. Again, they want to break up any sort of national identity, anything that will bring people together, even to the family nuclear unit. You know, they cannot restructure the world as they see fit if people are unified in any way, shape, or form. They have to weaken those social structures in order to get what they want, to push things the way they want.
In America, it is different because we are a sort of melting pot of different cultures. It all melts into one, sort of culture, the American history, the American, cinema and everything that we've added to the world from music and whatnot to form our culture. It exists. America has a culture, but it is a more dynamic and fluid one than, say, Germany or Italy or Greece. You're Greek, right? You are a proud Greek. You're always going to be Greek. You're Greek. You're Greek. Italian. It's your blood. You're Italian. Spanish. You name it. They have these really defined. Okay, so we're more fluid, and I'm cool with that. Does it always have to be majority white? Not necessarily in America, because it can be more fluid. It is more of a melting pot, an experiment of freedom, and rule of law and structure, with freedom at its core. So I don't know, man. I'm getting piped up here, Doc. What do you think, man? Are you as hyped up as I am about this was a fabulous thing that happened in the UK this weekend, and we need more of it in the world?
Absolutely. I think this is finally Europe having their 2015 escalator moment. It's about time. They've been pushed around. They've been pushed down ever since Brexit. They've been pretty much the English people, the Welsh, the actual English, the actual Irish, the Scots. They've been pushed down by their government in favor of this imported class of people that are essentially there just to take from them and to diminish the capacity of the empire, almost a shaming ritual, if you will. So I'm super excited for it. I hope it continues. And I think the one thing that should be mentioned is, despite all those agitators, there was only 9 arrests out of a official 110,000, but let's be honest, it was probably closer to 500,000 people. With only 9 arrests, that's pretty amazing. That speaks to the level of commitment that the English people have to making this a legitimate, we are the normal, we are the regular people.
No masks, no weapons, no violence, nothing came out of, again, I'll say nothing came out of it. England, there's a lot of tough people in England, right? There's a lot of people that are the soccer hooligan sort of stereotypes that are going to, be in these groups that, hey, they're a tough guy. If you mess with them, you're going to mess with the wrong guy and you're going to get punched. But for the most part, everybody came out very, very peacefully. Very peacefully. And I'm not the guy from CNN saying, so some fires, but it was mostly peaceful, a little fiery. I'm saying this was legitimately, like you said as well, a very peaceful thing. Nancy, is it good to see this occurring? Like, what's it going to take for Europe to wake up? For England to wake up?
I think they're already awake. I mean, I do have Mark Edworthy on my panel on my show. It's in England. And I can tell you that, it's funny because sometimes we try to bait him into conversation, which is now outlawed over there. But they are the English citizens themselves are well aware of the issue. And people have to understand, too, because they automatically glitch to this fallback of when you talk about England, when you talk about the States, Germany, they automatically go to Aryan, white. They don't understand that the English have integrated just kind of like the States have. They have a large mixed population too. But what is coming in now, it's not about your race. It's literally about the culture, where they're being inundated with a culture that has values that do not match. And it was funny because I've teased Mark about that. I was like, well, welcome to the United States. Y'all have finally joined the party here, because England was very good about putting down Americans with our border issues and how we handled it. But now I think I think the way the border is being handled now in the States is one of the reasons for that protest. I really do, because they're seeing how successful it is.
How easy it is.
Well, exactly. Just stick to your guns.
It's real easy.
Yep. And don't, flesh it out. But for now, because there is a huge national security risk here in the United States. I mean, get rid of them. If they were trying to go through the process to become legal, that's fine. You get a chance to reapply. But because they let so many in here, we don't have a choice. We have to get rid of what's here. And England is seeing the same problem. And they finally stood up. And actually, France is standing up. There was big upheaval in France last week. Nobody's talking about that. Their whole government structure is falling apart. I mean, Nepal burned their government to the ground.
Wow, I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw this YouTuber who is basically going from, Thailand to England on a motorcycle. And he ended up in Nepal at the right place at the right time and just recorded everything. And it was shy. I watched him for like 2 hours the other night, just day by day his progress through Nepal, of all places. They banned the internet, right? Or they like put up a wall like China did, and all of everyone's favorite, Facebook, all that stuff gone, and they burned it all down. They really did. And the people, man,
everything.
And everywhere he went, everyone was just loving, and they were just so happy to see this. This is what they get, They messed up. So, I don't know.
Like I said, you're seeing a movement, though. It's not just England. I'm proud of England because, I've never known the English. I mean, they're always polite. They're very articulate. But I've never seen them. In fact, I said to Mark, what's wrong with you people? You're rolling over and playing dead. What's going on? Because especially the Scots and the Irish, really?
Yeah.
I mean,
but it wasn't just the British. It was also the South Koreans that had
they're in trouble too.
Well.
Yeah, they're in trouble, man.
Invoking Charlie Kirk's name over there as well.
South Korea is really making a lot of big moves towards socialism, and it's kind of frightening. Heck, they just put Bolsonaro in jail for 27 years.
Yep.
Right.
In Venezuela.
In Brazil.
Right. Oh, yep. That happened the day that Charlie Kirk died. Yeah.
Yeah, that socialist push is being pushed everywhere. I mean, you saw it in Chile. Luckily, they fought back and they defeated it. And I'm hoping that the rest of the world finally fights. Gets a spine and fights back as well, because they were close to rewriting their whole constitution to make it socialist, and they're not. They're a free market economy, and it was one time when I can think where their U.S. foreign policy actually did some good for the people of the country. And they're the most prosperous country in Latin America, and they almost messed it up. But they held a referendum, and over 60% chose not to rewrite the Constitution, and now they're back on track. So, it's not.
And Doc, you're kind of quiet on the sidelines here. What do you think of this whole uprising in the UK?
Well, I mean, the UK, I'm glad that the UK actually didn't go the Nepalese route. I think there's a lot of history that didn't need to be burnt down. But I will say the thing that we have to ultimately understand is that there is this dialectic that Raphael brought up earlier, and that some of these movements to the right, they're going to try to capture them. These movements for freedom, they're going to try to capture them. And we have to be ever vigilant because that's the real danger is we get all wrapped up in the, hooray, we overtook the building, we're now in charge. Never mind we let in a bunch of interlopers that could steer us the wrong way.
Well, I can give you a perfect example of
that. Well, that's Build Back Better in a nutshell, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can give you a perfect example of that right now. We're cheering on the mass deportations, and I think it's great. I wish we had this kind of oomph, whatever in when I was in. But on the backside of it, you got Kristi Noem traveling around Latin America, getting everybody on board with digital identity, which is we're the Hegelian dialectic. play everybody down the middle. Problem, reaction, solution. They let the aliens in. They get everybody riled up. They push for enforcement, and they push through the universal digital ID. And it's not going to be just the United States. It's going to be global. And that's the danger. We went left and then we went right, and we think that there's a solution, but they're completing the construction of the digital prison that we're going to be left in.
Yeah. And Doc,
That
guess
is
what? They're
something-
going to put it all on the blockchains, right? So it'll be, very safe.
Well, it's very much something the blockchain community, the ones that are true to the cypherpunk mentality, they're very much aware of and trying to build systems that will be usable for us outside of that system. It's a technology that can be both freeing and enslaving, and they certainly will try to do the enslaving. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you say market the beast, you have to be very conscious of what that is.
Sorry, you guys don't know Doc very well, but he's way into crypto, way into that's kind of his thing, So that's why I bring up blockchain to him.
Yeah,
and there's something we're not talking about. Oh, I'm sorry, Doc. I'm sorry.
Oh no, let's go ahead.
It's something we haven't touched on. That's a glaring issue right now, and that's Venezuela, and the blockade that we've got going on with Venezuela, and the mixture of Mexico in that mix. And again, that's I think you're seeing another situation. I mean, the Venezuelans are actually arming themselves against us, against the states. So, I mean, there's a lot of.
What do they expect, though? We're not going to go boots on the ground in Venezuela. That's just not going to happen.
Well, even Trump has been very loud about getting Venezuela's oil. I mean, it's the largest proven oil reserve in the Western Hemisphere. We can easily control the Gulf of Mexico, so we can protect the supply lines to feed the war machine between Venezuela and here. But we cannot say the same for anything that we're buying from, say, Saudi Arabia. So that's number one reason. But if it was really narco trafficking, we would be going after Mexico. We would have troops right outside Sheinbaum's capital, outside the Casa Roja, whatever their White House is. And but the reality is nobody's talking about it. The reason why they're after Venezuela is because China is setting up oil rigs there.
Yep.
We've gone so far, we pushed people so far that now we're basically pushing them right into their arms, in China's arms.
Which is why they want control of the Panama Canal, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's either the Panama Canal or they build their own in Nicaragua. It's just they're tired. You got to understand we have been the global bully for so long. We've forced people. We declared economic war on everybody, whether anybody wants to believe it or not. We declared economic war on everybody when we went off the gold standard. We abdicated our position of trust with the Bretton Woods Agreement, and we went off the gold standard, and we started printing money and getting our money for nothing and our chicks for free. And people don't like that because we're basically it's like graft, or so we're stealing from them. And now China and the BRICS are presenting an alternative option. It's kind of like if you were to go to a bank. You got predatory banks that are hitting you with fees for everything, and they have very low interest rates, returns on your deposits. Then China comes along, as an alternative to the World Bank and the IMF, and they're saying, well, we're going to be like a credit union. We're going to treat you right. You're going to be part of the bank. That's basically what's happening right now, and people don't understand that.
It's a big driver behind everything that Trump's doing. Absolutely. Yep.
That's interesting. So you're talking about the BRICS, in essence, right?
Yes.
Well, the
they're
de-dollarization.
An alternative. They're presenting an alternative. And they're talking about backing their currency with actual physical assets, and even if it's not gold and oil, that's trees or any kind of asset back.
Corn, commodities,
Yeah, and now we're talking about doing the same thing, but I think from what I understand, Trump is trying to get us out of debt by because basically everybody's ditching the dollar. And so what's happening is Trump is trying to get us into digital currencies, into stable coins, to create an artificial demand for dollars that are becoming increasingly worthless. So what he'll end up doing is basically he'll invest a whole bunch of money into stable coins, devalue it, and then hypothecate the entire U.S. dollar economy. Basically, he'll force Powell into low interest rates so they can refinance the economy.
Trump will do this?
Yes.
That has been the plan that I've been seeing come together as well. Absolutely. From the financial side, that's what everything looks like.
Yeah.
So repeat that then. Let's walk that back. I want to dive deeper into that. You're talking about buying stable coins to run the value down?
No, to create artificial demand. So let's say that the dollar starts to hyperinflate. There's too many dollars in the economy, so you have to pull some out. You have to put it to use somehow.
So hyperinflation.
That, you buy.
But you say the dollar will start to hyperinflate. Okay.
Yes.
What would make the dollar hyperinflate at this point?
Well, we've already been seeing it since the 2000 or 2020, since we started printing money left and right. But
interest rates are stable right now. They're very low. They're coming down.
Yeah, they're stable right now, but it's not because the monetary system or the monetary policy is sound. It's because they have no choice. They were when the 2008 crisis happened. Have you ever seen the movie The Big Short?
Yes.
Okay, so basically, when they merged commercial banking with retail banking, there was so much money now available out in the market that they lowered the bar to get these loans. And it would basically people were signing their dogs up for mortgages and getting 2 or 3 homes for with their dogs. In order to roll that back, they had to tighten the money supply, because it went from a 1 to 10 to a 1 to 48 fractional reserve rate.
We're at a zero fraction amount. Now. We're at a zero now.
Yeah, but basically it's there's too much money in the supply. Our money is not worth a damn thing, and then.
I hear you. I mean, I hear we're $36 trillion in debt, and the spending is really not. I mean, for everything Elon Musk did, I get why he's pissed off, because it didn't put a dent into anything that's happening across the long run, right? We are just on a trajectory for failure as a country, unless we make drastic changes and grow our economy to the moon while cutting back spending at the same time. And again, that's kind of the Trump policy, and so far it's looking good. In fact, the next Fed meeting, for sure, without a doubt, they're going to lower rates, right? So I don't see hyperinflation on the horizon anytime soon. Is kind of what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
The problem is you're not seeing all the money, the U.S. dollars that are overseas. The dollar's been the global reserve currency for a very long time. But now you've got the BRICS. Russia and China have been leading the charge to set up bilateral currency agreements so that they don't have to use the dollar in order to do global trade. Because again, nobody wants to use an ever weakening dollar that is stealing their savings. There's no sense in holding dollars because it keeps weakening. So they've been leading the charge in bilateral currency agreements, which means there's less demand, less need for foreign countries to hold the dollar. To top that off, going back to The Big Short, remember what I said, that they had so much money on the books that it wasn't just here. They weren't just bundling a bunch of loans into rehypothecated assets. Basically they're securitizing their books with
they were making derivatives. They were pulling a bunch of mortgages into a fund and then slapping a AA rating on it, even though a lot of these were not AA. They were just all over the map. There were a lot of risk in there. In the movie, he goes out to these communities and starts looking at these houses, and he talks to a stripper who has 4 houses. And then he talks to the mortgage broker who's writing the deals, and they're all driving Porsches, living the big life. And they could care less. They're just, laughing. Yeah, we just sell mortgages all day. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
And it had to do with the policies of, I want to say the Obama administration, that just made, homes mortgages that much easier to get. when in reality a home mortgage should be a little difficult to get because it involves a lot of risk, and you have to make this $1,000 payment every single month for the next, or $3,000 or $5,000 payment, right, for the next 30 years, for 20 years, and so much of it too had to do with the variable interest rate loans, where it just or umbrella loans or balloon loans. It was the policies that were in place were absolutely asinine. They sounded good on paper. The road to hell is paved with good intentions, and the good intentions that went into that bill were, the people that wrote it thought, hey, we're doing good. We finally got power in the country. We finally got let's do this. And it screwed everyone over. And several, brokerage firms dissolved the next day.
Yep.
I want to say Bear Stearns was gone. Big establishments that were well respected just disappeared overnight.
The bailout on top of all the money that was sucked into it.
Oh well, yeah. There you
That's
go.
exactly. And quantitative easing after that.
Yep.
See, I think Trump is actually running a parallel economy right now, and I think that is the master plan. I think he knows that dollars.
With 90 seconds left in the show, let's bring up the parallel economy. You make a good point, but my lord.
I know,
Mike, can we get 3 more hours tonight? Anyway.
Sorry, Nancy.
Yeah, let's I guess let's wrap it up here, man. Folks, it's been great. Nancy, where can people find you?
You guys can find me on Facebook. I'm under Nancy Planetta, my full name, or Wiccan Vixen. You can look me up. On Telegram, I'm Wiccan Vixen. On X, I am Rider on the Storm. And here, you can catch the Vixen's Vault every Sunday or every Wednesday evening at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Right here on this station, folks. Right here.
Right.
Doc, where can people find you?
I am all over the social media verse, Twitter, Minds, Rumble, YouTube, at Doctor420. You can find me there. I'm around.
Awesome. What about you, Raphael?
Well, actually, we just got the Vixen's Vault website up and running. You can find both of our socials all over on the About Us page at thevixensvault.com. And
Vixensvault.com.
Yeah, my Facebook, my Twitter,
Sweet.
And so on and so forth.
And I will say for the record, you can find both myself and Yodavation at minds.com/censorship sucks and minds.com/Yodavation Nation. And Yodavation puts a lot of work into her feed over there. So anyway, folks, we're all out of time. We'll be back on Wednesday night. Thank you so much for listening. This has been the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show.
All right, we're going to get cut off any second.
Right.
All right.
Oh, in the room?
Yeah, the room. That's what I was worried about. I'm like, okay. Well, when we do get cut off, I'm going to bring this room right back for the after show.
Thanks.
All right?
Yep. Good night, guys.
Cool. Night.
All right. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to take and bring...
And Yodavation, come back, please. We want to hear your voice.
Yep.
Yeah, I know you can do it.
Yeah, and if you can, yeah. All right. Let me hang this up and get us back going again. All right. Stay tuned for the after show of the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show, Sunday edition. That's right. And let me get hey, there's Yodavation. All right. Hey, yo.
Oh, honey, I'm back.
Yeah, you're kind of a little bit garbly, but not as bad as you were before. Let me get the rest of the folks in here. Right. And it's Raph. And
Yodavation Nation, how are you doing?
I'm back. I don't know if my audio is, but I'm here.
It sounds good right now. You sound great.
Yeah. Hold on.
So crazy.
Let's bring in Emma Malou.
Hello.
Oh, there! Look at that. It works perfect.
Let me bring
You know,
in.
it could be that the more people on the stream, it might be because if you have a weaker sync, it could be causing you
I don't
a little
know.
bit.
Yeah, I don't think
same thing
so.
happened with like 3 of us in here. You know.
I'm bringing in Jason too, and then because he wanted to talk a little bit about
who's Jason?
MC Dirty Work.
Okay,
From D Live.
He was or any of that crap, right?
Huh? No. He's gonna
like no 9/11 stuff. Yeah. Okay.
No, we're gonna. What you call it's not with us tonight. What's his name? DK. So we got. We'll get Jason in, and hey, Jason. And Jason was up in New York for 9/11 this year. Hey, Jason, how you doing?
What up?
You there, buddy?
Isn't the one we talked with last week?
Uh-oh. Well, he's here, but he hasn't plugged in his
Yeah,
his
Yotivation. I was saying to Yotivation because she's all of a sudden cracked up again. You need to speak, honey, and like we look when you speak, we all just need to back off and let you go for like the next 2 minutes, because you do great when you go like that, but the first couple words you say are always like rough. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's back.
No. It has to be my signal. I have just like 2 bars.
And
well,
are you just using your phone, or are you using it as a hotspot to your laptop or something?
No, I have my CPU on the patio right now outside of the house. Outside.
Is it wired in?
Yeah, my CPU. Not a laptop.
You know what a CPU is?
Yeah, the whole entire dang computer.
No, a CPU is the central processing unit. It's a chip about the size of like I don't know, a coaster, right?
All right.
What you've got is your desktop set up.
Computer out here.
You got your desktop set up outside, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Not CPU.
All right.
CPU is just
real quick.
It's like saying you have a RAM outside or your hard drive outside.
Real quick, I'm going to say goodbye to a few platforms. Good night, Twitch.
Good night, Twitch.
Good night, Telegram.
Good night, Telegram.
Good night,
Telegram.
Facebook.
What's up?
Good night, Facebook.
Good night, YouTube.
Bye-bye, YouTube.
And good night, party. And also good night. Where's the other one at? Party. Nemo. Good night, Nemo, and party.
Nemo?
Yep, Nemo TV.
Man.
Yep. And good night, Irene.
Good night, Nemo.
Right. So, did Doc have to leave or something?
Yeah, he left.
Yeah, he signed up for the show, and show's over.
Jason, are you there, Jason?
Jason Quigley, you're down under there. Quigley down under. That's just what I want to say, right? Seems like that they were the Vegemite.
Jason comes on Nancy's show quite a bit now. Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty much on the panel every week. But I like diversity. I like having multiple viewpoints. That's why I like having Mark Edworthy, because he's my
cynic.
How
many people do you have on your show?
I can have anywhere on a slow night, like if people are sick, maybe 4, but a lot of times it's 7 to 8.
How do you do that?
It can be difficult.
You just let it go?
You know what I do, because it always seems to be like a synergy forms towards like midpoint in the show where you're kind of learning where to step, where not to step, but the subject matter I deal with is usually it can be very deep and very confusing, so it's kind of nice to have, like I said, a lot of people to be able to, I guess you could say, break it to layman's terms as they're digesting it. So, I mean, I've got...
Because I want to give everybody that chance to speak, like if I'm going to take 2 hours out of someone's night on a Sunday night, I want them to feel like they spoke, they really got their point across, you know what I mean? Not that they listened to 6, you know what I mean? I don't know.
It's like I said, it's more like having, and it's funny because everybody's gelled and Mark will tell you that, like my whole board of people have gelled together in a big way. And it's like having a family discussion in a living room, a really deep philosophical family discussion. And like I said, I am not a person who shuts people down if they have a different opinion than I do. I want to hear it because I want to learn. If there's something in there that is going to make me look deeper at something that maybe I was not looking at it at that from their perceptual angle, I love that. And I mean, Rock will tell you too, we've had some really colossal, interesting experiences on the show where I actually had one guest, Mark brought in that like literally was calling me Satan's whore. But
Floyd.
Yeah. I know, but I don't get angry at things like that.
Yeah, well, you gotta. We all know it's. He's a really, really, really like 96-year-old plus old guy. So he's got those old guy things about him, I mean, what was bad was when him and David kind of clashed. Like, we're not.
Well, David's different than I am. I am used to people not knowing. People don't normally take a moment and say, "Well, what do you mean you're not Christian?" They make an assumption that you're a Satanist, or you would even.
Oh, hold on here. Willie wants in on the after show. Hold on.
Oh boy. Oh.
Yeah, hold on here.
Keep going. I'm so interested in what you're saying.
But it's true. They don't take that moment to say, "Well, what does that mean?"
Is Raph coming in too, or has he got it?
Raph is. What is he doing? He's working on He's working on my webpage.
Okay.
But
hey,
it's
quick. Mark, play Danny Boy on Wednesday's break if you can. Can you do that?
I'll have to find it. But send me a reminder. Send me a reminder when we're done tonight, so that I can.
Don't go all morbid on it, but like just if you could throw that one song in there, it might be.
Oh, Danny Boy,
real nice. You know what I mean?
I'm sure I have it somewhere, but I don't know. But I'll have to look it up.
And folks listening out there, the reason why is I'm going to have Brent Hamachek on Wednesday, and obviously last week, wasn't available. This week, he's going to be on the show. So 7 days after the death of his dear friend Charlie, we're going to have again Brent Hamachek, who's the vice president of the Human Events Media Group, that had Charlie at in one of their editorial positions. So he knows him very, very well, and it's a tragedy. I'm not going to dwell on it. We're going to make it as positive as we possibly can, but he agreed to come on a week after Charlie's death, which is kind of like, I wasn't sure. I really didn't. If he said no, I can't do it, I would have been like, yeah, no problem, no big. I get it. But it's even now I'm kind of choking up talking about it. It's gonna be very hard to prepare for Wednesday's show. It really is. So yeah, that's why I bring up Danny Boy. It'd be nice to have that play in the break. He won't hear it or anything, but it'll just posthumously the show will live with that embedded there. So Yotivation Nation, man, are you excited to listen to that?
I was just talking about it and what a nice tribute that would be. A nice moment for people to slow down and remember.
Yeah, and Mark, again, go break from that song to like "Born in the USA" or some really uplifting one, or
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like I don't want it to be somber. I want it to be celebratory.
All right, I know Brent loves the boss. All right, yeah, he's a huge Boss fan.
Lee Greenwood, what's his name?
Exactly.
Proud to be in
Lee Greenwood would be the third song. That'd be a great third song. 17. Because I know Brent's going to ask for the link afterwards, and I just wonder if he's going to want to go off on Brent, can I give you the mic for 10 minutes or 15 minutes and go, just go. Say your piece.
Why don't you send him a message and ask him if he would be comfortable with that?
Well, I've talked to him a bit about it, and it's gonna be kind of on the wing. We're gonna, try to keep it upbeat and good and positive. And what he doesn't want to walk into is, me hitting the hammer for an hour straight about Charlie this and Charlie that, right? Because I've never really talked to him about Charlie. He's pinned my clothes now for 4 years. So,
I know.
I know him really well. And what's up?
I'm impressed with that, and honestly, what an honor that he would come on the week after the loss of Charlie. That's an honor to you. That's a very big nod to you.
It is, yeah.
It's really very cool, and very cool that you would host it, and that you're being so sensitive about how to approach it. That's not something we see anymore in media, and you know that.
The day it happened, man, I opened up an email and I just stared at it. To Brent Hamachek. I just stared at that email, And
I know.
Was like, what do I even say? You know what I mean? What do I even say? I finally sent him a really awkward whatever. I put something down and sent it to him, and it felt awkward and it felt horrible, but it, portrayed the love, and I hit send, and that's about all I could do, I think, at the time. Just we're here for you, brother, if you need anything, and yada yada.
And God help you, you had to go on air.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I mean, I had a couple of hours to digest before I had to go on air. You had to go on air.
Yeah.
That is not. Oh, especially for a male, because at least if I had gone on air as a female, it's a little bit more acceptable for a woman to have a little bit of emotion in that way. So it's true story. But I have to tell you, I really, really heavily respect the way you're handling this, and the way you're really thinking about the effect it would have, what's going to make him comfortable, because I believe that is important. And I think that what you're doing right now, that needs to happen all the way across the board, because that's what we lost.
Yeah.
It's, when we were talking earlier about the 10 Commandments and everything, the one thing, my children were brought up in Catholicism, both of them. And I did that on purpose because I wanted them to have a backbone. I wanted them to have morals and ethics and understand what that's about, because it's important. And I remember telling my kids, the 10 Commandments, it is religion, but it's not. It's universal, and it's about respect. Yeah. Each one of those commandments is a respect to humanity. Each one. I was like, so learn them and live them.
Willie, what do you got to say about that? Are the 10 Commandments religion, or are they just damn common sense?
A little bit of both, but then people hey,
I asked Willie, not James. Okay, come on now.
so many different religions in this world. It's just ridiculous, and that's what's happened with this whole the thing with the Charlie Kirk assassination is that even now there are so many unknown variables.
Yes.
I just wanted to tell everyone that
Tyler Robinson, apparently he confessed to being the shooter, but he hasn't confessed to the cops. He confessed to his dad. So as of right now, there's no confession. And apparently he was a part of this Groyper movement, which was started by Nick Fuentes. I think that's guy. Was it Nick Fuentes?
But he was dating a dude. He was living with another dude who's transitioning into a woman, well, and he's not some far right. Even
that, it was said that he lived with his parents, and then it was said that he lived in some sort of an apartment with this dude that was transitioning. And
it's
honestly,
like we're being given a narrative. That's.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's this whole storyline that's being, set forth and it's being put forth, and we still don't know the truth, and we probably won't ever know the truth. But as of right now, he has not confessed that he is the actual shooter, and the actual shooter may be this dude that he was living with. It may be some sort of, not trying to get into a bunch of conspiracy theories and everything else, But, there's the whole thing with the signaling guys, the two guys that were standing there that were giving signals to somebody, who are those guys? Is that Reaton?
One was a good friend. I know they confirmed the one in the light color clothing is a very good friend. But there's a third person.
A friend of who?
Of Charlie Kirk.
Okay, but even at that, it's been speculated that, and I don't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry for talking over you.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
But even
you can mansplain, Willie. Go ahead, mansplain.
Yeah. No,
No,
I just wanted to put
no.
this.
Oh, I'm not like that.
I just wanted to interject just real quick. While you're saying that you're absolutely right. That this could have been a friend of his, but even his security guards were looking suspicious.
Yes, but here's the other thing. There's a third person. I could drop it in the chat for you guys. I know I've dropped it in the other chats. There's another angle of film there that was released on the internet, and they're trying to get it down as fast as they can. I had to actually rip it off and put it in cold storage because every time I tried to download it, if I left it for more than 3 minutes, it would disappear. So, and again, I do tech, so I'm like, oh, that's not good. But in this, it's a cell phone. That's obviously, you can tell by the angle, it's a cell phone filming it. But there's a third man standing off to, if you're looking at the film, it would be to Charlie's left, and he's dressed in black.
Yeah.
And you can see him moving his arm. I mean, I'm watching it going, and again, you have to understand, Raphael, he was ICE, he was federal government, he was a Marine, he's a firearms instructor. We know weapons. We know how these things work. And you can see the guy moving, manipulating something under his armpit, and as he's pulling, like the same time the rifle shot goes off, he pulls his arm back very quickly, and you can see an object. You just can't really clearly make it out. It's too granular. But there's Charlie is wearing something on his left shoulder, right above where the vest is, and there's no doubt he's wearing a bulletproof vest.
Yeah. Well, he was. Yeah.
Initially, when I saw the first film of it, I thought it was a bug because I saw whatever it was, when you heard the crack, whatever that was, lifted off, and then it impacted Charlie. You see Charlie get impacted. And again, I'm a medic, so I'm looking at it, I'm going, okay. And I looked at Rafi and I said, oh, they're still surviving that. No. I said, look at the blood. Look how dark that blood is. I said, no, that's not fake blood. That's real blood. And there's no. But then as you zoom in, you could tell that the bullet had ricocheted off of his actual armor, his body armor.
Yeah, that was another theory that was put out there, that it was a deflection off of his body armor.
It did deflect. You can see it. And when you zoom in, I have the original film. You can see the deflection, but that thing on the other side of him bothered me. I'm like, what was that? Was that like a grasshopper? He didn't have that on earlier. What is that?
Yeah, it was rectangular in shape.
Yes.
It was like a second speaker, and then after the bullet hit, it was no longer there. So,
all right, guys, man, come on. I mean,
you can see
the thing is, I'm just a minute ago talking about how I got to talk to Brent about this, and like all of a sudden we're into sort of this conspiracy theory about the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
sense,
I don't know, Yodavation, what do you think of all this?
With Willie and Nancy, we live with such a history. There's patterns, and this isn't the first time that we've been through a situation where they tell us one thing, but something else really happened. We have a weaponized intelligence agency that nothing has been done that we know of to change. And if nothing changes, nothing changes. And if something did change and we don't know it changed, did anything change at all?
It's a matter of not buying the narrative. There's
here we are. you got to strike while the iron's hot, right? And so, like, of any, like, breaking news, you got to break it down and look at everything. And I appreciate what you guys are doing from that perspective. But at the same time, would Charlie want this at this point? I don't know. You get what I'm saying. I don't know.
I think he would, because I think he would want his children to know the real reason or the real people that took him off this planet and away from him. I really do, as a parent myself, as a mother myself.
So what are you guys actually proposing here? What do you think is the sauce behind what we're seeing?
I think Charlie Kirk was murdered. I said it. I think he was
executed. Of course he was.
But I think that the reason we're being fed a false narrative, and I believe it is a false narrative, is because they are actually trying to get to there are very powerful people involved in this. And I think that they're trying to get a clear trail to those people without spooking them. In other words, you don't want them exiting, you don't want them burning things, you don't want them covering their trail, whatever little trail they may have left. So you spin this narrative because it keeps people saying, okay, we're safe, they got the shooter, we're good. Okay, let's stop paying attention to what we're looking at on the film. Let's not question the fact that we can't see a rifle, a very large rifle, anywhere on that kid as he jumped off the roof.
Exactly.
I mean, let's just let this go. And I said it on your show, John, and I'm sorry if I upset you, but my thing is, this cannot be another JFK. Yeah. We can't say we accept this narrative because it's the easy thing to do. Because it's not going to be an easy thing to do if we're right and something is very wrong.
Yeah.
It's not going to be, it won't be any justice to Charlie at all.
It's just that I'm starting to try to build my brain around how I'm going to talk to Brent about this whole thing. And the last thing I want to come to
I wouldn't discuss that with him. I would see if he brings it up.
Right. Like, no, he's not going to.
No, I wouldn't cross that bridge with him out of respect.
Yeah, no, exactly. And so, even having that conversation here it's a little odd. It's a little away from where my brain process is going.
What the problem is too is that people just aren't ready for what might actually be the truth. I mean, we've been attacked for so long from the weaponized intelligence agencies. It happens all the time. We can look back. There's a history. I mean, specifically, I could tell you, look at January 6th. The sham committee, they altered video, they destroyed evidence, they withheld exculpatory evidence. They did all of that intentionally. They, planned this whole setup. Yeah. You move on to the Russia collusion hoax. It's the same thing. They told us one thing, it was another. You say 9/11, it was one thing, it was another. The same thing with the Las Vegas shooting. Stephen Paddock was a patsy. The problem is they stop at the patsy and they never go any further to who's.
That's all been forgotten about and shoved under the rug. You know what happened with Paddock in Las Vegas.
Well, and they don't tell you either that the sheriff involved in that, the guy that covered it all up, was also the sheriff. He was a sheriff in Maui.
You know why? Yeah, exactly.
Well, Lombardo was not the sheriff in Hawaii, but the guy that was working the case was the sheriff, was guy in Hawaii. Lombardo became the governor because he went along and did all the bullshit that they asked him to do, and so then he got his position as governor. So, yeah, I mean, there's a history. I look at COVID, look at Fauci, he did AIDS with AZT, and then fast forward to COVID, he did the exact same thing. Unless
look at remdesivir.
Exactly.
They don't even talk about it. Remdesivir, when it was experimental, it killed 68% of the trial patients.
It killed my cousin.
Yeah, it almost killed Raphael. I had to threaten to sue the hospital. I mean, because they kept giving to him. He was having an allergic reaction to it.
The bottom line is we're all being fed a narrative, and as of right now, everything is alleged. But there's no doubt about it. As you know, we get a lot more information. You find out a lot more about Tyler Robinson and how he frequented, certain alt-right spaces, and how he was radicalized. And he was a huge Fuentes fan. And Nick Fuentes is the leader of the Groyper movement. And this Tyler Robinson, along with his cohorts in Discord, were a part of this Groyper movement.
How can you be far right, like Christian evangelical?
These guys right here, Nick Fuentes is a far right leaning individual, but it's right. I mean, he goes way to the right, and he tells us that MAGA was is the biggest scam in American history.
But how do you follow that? Like, this guy sounds kind of KKK-ish or whatever, right?
And he's considered a white supremacist. Nick Fuentes.
Then you go home and sleep with the dude at night.
No.
That's a different guy.
Not Tyler Robinson.
I think what he's saying is that Tyler had a.
How do you follow a guy that's far right and then be gay at home with a transvestite?
Well, again, though, there was a radical change when he went to college. A radical change, a radical shift, and he could be a plant.
Opposite.
He could have been planted. I mean, I get where Willie's going with this. He's saying,
planted his penis in a butt.
No, he could have been planted there to, in other words, it's again Hegelian dialectic. It's like in the 70s. All right, this is a great example. In the 70s, with the hippie crowd. There were so many undercover agents implanted into those crowds, so many moles that were there to cause derision, decisiveness, to make them commit criminal acts. Even the governor of Michigan, that whole kidnapping thing.
Exactly.
You were set up.
Whitmer.
Yeah, Whitmer.
So, I get where Willie's going with this. But my thing I understand why Fuentes is a target in this, but because of the interview he did with Charlie and what Charlie said in that interview. But my thing with that is when I look back at Charlie's history in 2023, Charlie made some really damning statements about the Israeli factions and Jewish factions and their investments in education and how they had funded the anti-fascist movements. They had funded a lot of what's going on in the school system. DEI, that was funded by them. And I actually put the quote up at one point because there's a very strong quote by Charlie Kirk about that, saying Israel needs to stop because they're going to condemn themselves. And that's why when I say you got to be careful when you go that slippery slope, because Kirk was a devout defender of Israel, but he was questioning a lot of things at the end, a lot, because things weren't making sense to him, and that's good. And I actually was proud of him because he's a Christian, and Israel isn't being very kind to Christians right now, and they're not talking about that. I thought, good for you, Charlie.
How is Israel not being friendly to Christians right now?
Because there's a press block in Israel right now. Everything that's coming out of there is being monitored heavily, very heavily. And there's been issues in some of the Christian neighborhoods where they're being told they have to go. They're being pushed back on, kind of similar to what was happening in Gaza. But Gaza, the difference is Gaza was a crap show to begin with. And I said that. I'm
here's what I want to know.
For the world.
Gaza is 25 miles long and 3 to 8 miles wide. A total area of 141 square miles. It's about twice the size of Washington, D.C., and about the same size as the city of Philadelphia. How in the hell is it that they're bombing this thing every single day and there's something to bomb?
Well, it's not. Well, I think my question
because they've tried their ass off to be nice about it, to be like, hey, we're cleaning out. There's an underground tunnel system in Gaza that's the same size as the New York subway system, right?
There is.
So it's insane. They're trying not to kill people. They put out pamphlets and say, hey, we're going to, go after these people. If you're a civilian, please leave this neighborhood. We're going to blow the shit out of it tomorrow.
They've told everybody to run down to Egypt or to Rafah, right there on the border with Egypt, and they're bombing them there too. What they want to do is bulldoze that entire section down to the ground. They want to flatten it out, and so they can put in the Ben Gurion Canal. That's all it boils down to by the time it's said and done with.
Well, there's a huge natural gas pocket right underneath it too.
Well, look, it's the fact that these people are insane. They voted in Hamas and have not ever tried to uprise.
No, they did not vote in Hamas.
They have never tried to. Look, okay, either way, the people that live there, they put up martyrs, posters on the streets for years. They pay. If you go into Israel and you blow up a bus, they will pay your family forever, and they will put your picture up on the streets. They will parade. People. It's you will be a martyr, and you will be treated like a god, even though you're dead. And that's the problem. The Sesame Street of Gaza tells them to go take knives and kill Jews. The Sesame Street.
But John, Bibi put Hamas there to get rid of the PLO. That is historical fact. If Bibi put them there, why would Bibi allow this to profligate? Because he's not.
Why has there not been an election in 25 years there?
Why is there not? Yeah, but look what happens to the elections in Israel. That's a touche. That goes both ways. And I'm not saying, listen, I do not support Hamas in any way, shape, or form at all.
And I am a Zionist, for sure. I'm a proud Zionist. I think Israel has a right to exist. I think it's very important that it exists. And
absolutely.
Ideally, I'd love to see the Al-Aqsa Mosque just gone and a new, temple built on its place. That's kind of where I stand.
Here's my thing again. Why did they take Hamas from Egypt and put it in Gaza to begin with? Hamas is not even Gazan. It's freaking Egyptian.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you take
notice how the West Bank
organization and put it in a place where you're trying to get rid of the PLO? Because PLO is causing all sorts of problem. So why would you put the same situation in power? That's where I have a holdup. I'm like, what were they? Why would you do that? That's asking for trouble.
So Palestine historically was Libya was a huge part of it, right? Most of Palestine is Libya, which became a different country.
No,
so now the West Bank could be annexed to Libya tomorrow, and I don't think anyone would have a problem. Right?
Libya,
free Palestine, boom, let's go.
Libya is northern Africa.
Yeah. It's on the other side of Egypt.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Palestine was part of Egypt.
Egypt.
Shit.
Egypt. It's okay.
No, let me go pull up.
Libya is on the other side of Egypt.
No, let me pull up Google Maps and let me just zoom way the hell out. Scroll over. I'm sorry, my geography is I try to be impressive with it, but Jordan. The Jordan River, right? Of course, Jordan. So Jordan was Palestine, as was, part of Israel under the way that the UK looked at it prior to 1960, whatever. And so therefore, right now, you want to free Palestine, we can take the whole West Bank and just give it to Jordan.
Oh boy,
but why
that'll
can't you just give it to Palestine? That's my thing. Why do we have to give it to another country? Why can't they just be themselves?
Well, they can, but they just don't play well with others.
True. But on the same page, like my question was too. I have a lot of questions about what happens over there, this is one thing. I feel so bad for the Israeli people. I really do, because I think they get caught in the mix. But why on the day after, the Gaza incursion, why did Bibi hit Syria? He hit another sovereign nation. He hit their airports. He hit their military. Why? It had nothing to do with the crossing of the border, and it was kept very quiet. But he did do it. And then when Assad was toppled,
they were amassing troops.
but you still we all have to obey the rules of war. That's my thing. Everybody has to obey the rules of war, and they do not.
There has to be a war.
Yes.
You understand? There are rules in war, but there are no rules in conflicts. You know, just like in Vietnam and Korea, those were not wars. So there were no rules in those wars. The Geneva Convention, for example, didn't apply in those wars because it wasn't technically war declared. Right. Just like all of these, you know, where we're going into Syria and going into Iraq and going into Afghanistan, these aren't officially wars. These are interventions, they're conflicts, they're police actions, operations.
They just label them as operations now on our side. Well, you know, but now Operation Just Cause, that was Panama. Operation, you know, Desert Shield, Desert Storm.
And it's a way to bypass Congress here. So that's their way of bypassing. But I mean, again, you've got a roadmap being drawn over there that's making me very uncomfortable. Not for any other reason except you've got now Syria's been hit, Qatar got hit, and you've got Turkey saying, "Oh, try me."
Well, Iran is next on the list of the 5 countries that are supposed to be invaded and taken over, you know, for whatever reason. But here's my question, specifically to you, John. Tell me, and just for my education, who occupies Israel?
The Israeli people.
And what is Israel?
Israel is the promised land from the Old Testament, right? Remember when Moses led people across the Red Sea? And they wandered through the desert for 30 years, and then they showed up in Israel, the promised land. They took it over, and they made it flourish.
These were the 12 tribes of Israel.
12 tribes, whatever. Yeah, whatever you want to call them, Willie. Yeah, I get it.
It's not whatever. These are the 12 tribes of Israel. Of the 12 tribes of Israel, it was the tribe of Judah, Levi, and Benjamin that came together to form what is supposed to be the Jews. Those Jews went down into Africa. The Jews that currently occupy Israel are self-proclaimed Ashkenazis. And they know it, and they'll tell you that they're not even a part of the original Israel.
It's not the bloodline.
If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. That's what I want you to do, is tell me that I'm wrong.
We've had this conversation before, and I answered it with the fact that, like, they're there. They're the ones that are claimed. They're the Jews of today. The Jews of, biblical periods might not be exactly the same people, but the religion has followed on, and the people who follow that religion are the people who are in Israel today.
Okay, that would be all Hebrews. Anybody who has Hebrew descent. All right?
Yeah, it's like saying
now if
might have been
now the Lebanese, the Jordanians, and all of them are part of Hebrew descent. You know that, right?
That's it. So are the Palestinians.
And so are the Palestinians. They're just from different tribes. All right?
It's the religion that is held constant through time, right?
No, what they do is they flip it to what is convenient to them, whether it's a religion, whether it's a government, whether it's their genetics. Because originally they were Hebrew.
That was my point. I've said that. You've heard that on my show where I've said, folks, as much as we don't want to hear this, 90% of the population that is in Israel right now does not have bloodlines that go back to the 12 tribes.
Exactly.
And when Israel, and when this state of Israel was formed, it was formed by the Khazarian Mafia.
Thank you.
All right, so are you guys trying to argue that, like, the Jews of today don't have any claim to Israel?
No.
They shouldn't be there.
There's absolutely no argument at all.
Yeah, you just
right.
Like, so why?
But we're just saying why there's conflict and
why
why it's created there.
Oh, okay. So the Arabs who want to take over Israel. I mean, you know, let's get
some
specific.
Arabs
the Muslim,
may be of Hebrew
the
descent.
Muslim religion, Islam, wants to take over Israel. Let's just call it what it is. The religion of Islam wants to cleanse Jews from quote unquote their land. Correct?
I think no, but again, that's not what we're trying to say.
Of course they do.
But John, you have to look at it from, okay, you have to take your shoes off, put another person's shoes on, and say, okay, these people were living there for almost 1,000 years, and by decree, the people who were in Palestine, Gaza, the surrounding areas, what is now Israel, they, by a decree, because of what happened in World War II, and nobody takes away from what happened in World War II. No. Nobody.
But Israel was an empty, barren land.
There were nomads all over there. There were nomads
all over who were. Have you ever watched Mark Twain's memoirs of going to Israel?
I
mean, there was nothing there.
But again, the same could have been said of here, the United States. Our native tribes were nomadic.
Sure. Exactly, they were barbaric, and they were exactly the same.
But did it make anything more correct?
They weren't barbaric. There's no evidence that the
according to Mark Twain and his journeys through there, they were extremely rudimentary. They were, you know, from what Mark Twain had seen through his adventures across America. He went to Israel and was like, wow. Like the nomadic people there was nothing there. Jerusalem at the time, he said he could walk around it and like in the morning and be back for, you know, lunch. He left at 9 a.m. He'd be back at noon to walk around the entire city of Jerusalem.
But
it was abandoned.
Could you see how another culture would consider that imperialistic? They were given no say in anything that happened. They were given no backup plan for anything that happened.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's where
the problem is that they were there trying to establish their nomadic life with, you know, nothing in the historical biblical land of Christianity that was bound to come to a head at some point.
Agreed, but it didn't, and actually came to head in multiple occasions in history. I mean, you forget the Crusades, and you forget that actually caused for the expansion of what? Islam into Western Europe, because that's how we ended up with the Moors in Spain and in the areas of France. That's how we ended up with the Inquisition. That's how
Italy.
I mean, I can give you direct connects all the way. And we had a Black Queen of England. Thank you to that. I mean, there's a lot of history here, and there's a lot of blood connections here. But what I'm saying,
but at the same time, you know, Israel has a right to exist. It's there. And it's not going anywhere.
But again, I think what's fallen through the cracks, and this is why this anger was incited over there, was what about the people that were there already? Because nobody took them into consideration, and that's where all this. That's why they're getting raped generation after generation.
They gave them the Gaza Strip and, you know, the West Bank, and they gave them what, 8 different opportunities through time. You know, like, to have their own state. They could have had it, but they don't want it.
The last time it was successful with Yitzhak
from
Rabin,
the river to the sea.
But no, what happened?
They want from the river to the sea. They want every Jew expelled, and then they'll be happy. There is no middle ground.
Rabin
There's no middle ground. You admit that, right, Nancy? No. Come on. There's no middle ground. They want every Jew expelled from Israel.
No, because Rabin actually brokered a successful treaty with them, with the PLO, and it was working.
What?
It was working. In fact, it was working until he got assassinated by one of his own. And then it fell apart because, again, there was a reaction. Reaction.
Bill Clinton just came out recently and gave a talk about this. So you can find it pretty easily online, where he said he gave them everything.
Yes, he did.
Even right now, the UN has given not Hamas, the people of Gaza, everything everything. All they got to do is get rid of Hamas and have, get rid of the hostages, let them go free, and, let them be buried. Most of them are dead anyway, right? Let's not mince words. They killed them all. And they can have their own state. And they will never accept it. They will never accept their own state.
John, how do you do that? But how do you do that? What's left over there right now is mainly women and children. So how do you outroot a government-placed group that were placed in power? How do you outroot that when your men are gone? Everybody's gone. You have little kids, if that. I mean, their population has been decimated.
So the Hamas fighters need to walk out with their hands up. We rally them up, get rid of them.
But the Hamas
send them up to God knows where.
Hamas people are not all from there. They're imported in.
I mean, it's
Hamas.
What I'm
Hamas
saying.
is just like ISIS. All right, they consist of many different nationalities, but of the same, fanatical
in my
religion.
Own after show defending the right for Israel to exist. I'm sitting here in my
I'm not
own
defending
or
or giving, but I'm just.
You guys are making me rethink my entire fucking world. What am I doing here? Why am I even doing this shit? Literally. You guys got to be fucking kidding me. Fuck this.
No, John, you got to calm down.
Dude, I'm calming down, but my God.
Exists. That's not
this
what we're
is my
saying.
after show and my show, and I'm sitting here trying to coming at from all angles about whether or not the Jews own Israel or whether or not they have any historical right to Israel. Have you picked up the fucking Bible?
John.
Have you ever read the Bible?
That was never a question.
It's
that was
so
asked.
obvious that the Jews have a right to Israel. It's just, oh my God.
That's just it. It's not the Jews. The Jews have hijacked Israel. Outside of the Jews,
are you serious, Willie? Come on, man.
Technically speaking, there are 12 other tribes, or 9 other tribes of Israel. For example, the tribe of Dan went to Denmark. So those people that were of the tribe of Israel live elsewhere in the world, and they have as much right to that territory as the Jews do. There were more than just one tribe of Israel.
Yeah.
There were 12 tribes. So that means that other nationalities around the world have rights to that land. When you have to ask yourself, what is Israel? Define Israel. Is Israel just that territory, or is Israel the 12 tribes of Israel?
Well, and it's not just, it's the other thing too. Nobody said
Flat
that shouldn't have.
I knew that was coming.
Flat Earth, man. The problem is I just need to stick to being Willie.
Yes, but no, actually, time's running out here. But the thing is, there's a lot in history that they're not telling us or that we don't see or hear. We have to dig deep. I didn't know these things, even from Nancy shows and all the other shows that I've done. I had to, really look into a lot of these different things. And this has nothing to do. This has nothing to do with, siding with one side or the other. This is just like, oh wow, I can't believe, just like, Christ. All right, there's
kind of trying to figure out a way
how
to
many 15 or 18 other societies before Christianity came along that had the same story. All right, who's right? Well,
and it's not about right or wrong. This is exactly what Charlie Kirk wanted us to do.
Yeah.
Charlie Kirk wanted us to have the conversation.
The conversation, and when we're done with it, we can walk away as friends and come back.
You didn't want to have dumbass conversations about fucking whether or not Israel deserves to exist, or whether all the Jews should be fucking thrown into the ocean. I mean, come on,
we didn't say that.
Where the
when did we ever say that?
If you're saying, hey, they have no right to Israel, then where the hell should they go?
They didn't have any right.
Where should they go?
If you live there,
the Muslims and Islam is pouring in from every direction, wanting to kill them. And they're sitting there on a little slice of pie, like you said, just tiny little sliver of land, surrounded by like devout Islamists.
Yeah, and that's what they're doing to Germany and France and England. Islam is taking over everywhere.
They're trying to get rid of all of these. We have to fight like hell to keep all of them Christian and Catholic and Jewish. And I mean, there's one Jewish country in the world. There's 50 Islamic countries.
No.
Then they're not happy that there's one Jew.
Not like Israel.
Kills them that there's one Jewish country, and they're going to do whatever they can to kill those people, to get rid of them, run them into the sea. You think from the river to the sea is just a saying? They mean it. They mean they want to run them all down into the sea and push them into the ocean and watch them drown. That is the reality.
That's the thing. Bibi said the same thing. He said he wanted to expand the border from the river to the sea. He said the same exact thing. I mean, and nobody's saying that Israel does not deserve Israel. Nobody said that anywhere in this conversation tonight.
Exactly.
What we are saying is that if you want to understand why they're dug in, why these things are happening.
The 12 tribes they all dispersed around. So who is the Jews, right? That was the thing.
Yeah.
No.
Right, Willie? Didn't you say that?
There was three tribes that banded together of Judah. Okay? And like Willie said, all right? And then, you know, a lot of the others went their own ways.
It's just offensive. It's just offensive to me.
It is.
Honestly, I can't believe this is my fucking after show and I'm having this conversation here. I mean, we could talk about anything on the planet. You guys are bringing this shit up? It's really
you mean that we should censor ourselves?
No, it's just this is stupid-ass shit.
Joe?
This is just stupid-ass shit.
Are you censoring
anti-Semitic bullshit? Like,
it
whatever.
is
no,
absolutely
not.
No,
I'm not going to censor.
And when you talk about
I'm not going to
Semitic,
censor
you're
you. I'm just saying it's not worth
language,
talking about.
not a
Dude. It's
people.
not worth talking about. It's a waste of time.
As long as you know I love you.
I love you too, Willie. And I promise I'll pull out next time. I'm sorry I lied to you. I'm sorry I lied to you last time.
You lied to Willie? You would never lie to Willie, but maybe James. But but anyways,
be a hell of a baby.
Anyways, we had a hell of a show tonight. Thanks everybody.
All right.
I am gonna need to take and look to host out over on Kick because we're closing in on that time. But hey, no hard feelings, anybody. Hey,
I'll see you guys.
We're here to support always. You know that. All right. If we didn't have differences of opinions, the world couldn't go around and ask questions, right?
And that's what Charlie Kirk would want us to do, is have the conversations.
100%.
John, I really care about you, man, and I hope you're not upset with me. But there's
No, he's upset with me.
He's upset with you. Well, well, you don't have to deal with him on Wednesday. Yodavation, what do you think? I know you've been super quiet during this whole thing. I'm sorry. While I look for a place to host us out, please tell us how something that's going on in your life that we can be happy and applaud you about. How is the move going along?
We're getting there. It's still stressful, but we're getting it. I'm just gonna say, hey, did you hear that Hunter is suing Patrick Byrne? Seriously, he is.
Patrick Byrne?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mines, he was on the Mines board. He is, oh my gosh, what is it?
Overstock.
Yeah, not Overstock. Is it Overstock? Where's Censorship? He knows. I don't know. I guess he must have left. Well, anyway, yeah.
I'm sorry if we upset him. I know this topic always kind of is really touchy with him, and I tried to stay out of it. But history, you can't deny what has happened. All right, and what but you have, in order to figure out what problems are, you have to dig. Sometimes you have to dig real deep and go back centuries, especially when it comes to
Mark, I
that
can't
area
believe you brought up
of the world.
I can't believe you brought up the Khazarian Mafia.
Why not? I don't want to talk about. I don't want to talk about, Jews being bad, because they're not. It's the Khazarian Mafia. All right.
That's what I'm saying. It's all Khazars and Ashkenazis.
Right, but he doesn't understand that there's a difference between them and, and I don't know. They could be part of the Hebrew tribes, all right, or they may not. I never really got that far into it. Nancy, what have you heard?
Nancy's gone. John's gone.
Oh, it's just us. Okay, well, let me take a look around. Great Conspiracy, if you're out there, I am going to host over to you, so get your channel up and ready for me to come over on Kick. All right, we appreciate you. We appreciate everybody here. We're not, we're here to, try to show stuff, and let's get on out of here. I'm gonna close shop up. I'm gonna host out. You guys, I love each and every one of you. So thanks and take care. I will get stream back up later on. Once I take and get us hosted out and all the yeah, we're not, we're here to, try to show stuff, and let's get on out of here. I'm gonna close shop up. I'm gonna host out. You guys, I love each and every one of you, So, thanks and take care. I will get stream back up later on. Once I take and get us hosted out and all the, yeah. If I click the right panels, there we go.